Elvis Costello to start us out today. Donald T is still doing his thing in front of a bunch of American flags. I waited, and then I had to leave for work. I only got to see the beginning of it. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
I am Ron Bennington. Stanley, you saw some of the president-elect?
Yes, I did.
How was he?
He was great. I mean, he addressed BuzzFeed very briefly at the beginning.
Did he mention anything about 4chan and the pissing prostitutes?
He did not bring up anything about 4chan.
I wish he had.
He never does these things, and does it because of some weird thing that 4chan put out, saying that he was watching prostitutes piss on each other while he had anime on the TV. And then BuzzFeed was fucking nutty enough to go with it. And he came out just swinging at the intelligence, which I've never seen a president act like, if this is our intelligence agency's fucking up, this is very bad. I've never seen a president do it. He's fucking so crazy unique that way. But there's got to be something that bothers him for him to come out and do this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I doubt very much that most of it might be real, but there might be something in there driving him nuts, about the Russians, helping him. But I don't know. Off we go. It's fucking 2017. Everybody for themselves. Scramble. Keep water and canned goods close to your heart.
We shall be preppers.
Be fucking just armed to the teeth.
He did seem upset that America isn't making pills in America. That the big pharma, they're great. The big pharma is great, but they're not. The pills aren't being made in America. That's the problem.
He wants things manufactured in this country. If we can just start manufacturing any kind of fucking Rehifanol would be great to get into that business.
Our greatest resource, pills.
Yeah, why aren't we bringing Ludes back? He was around in the fucking 70s. He knows what's happening.
The only time I heard him address the 4chan piss story was him saying, I'm a germaphobe. I'm a bit of a germaphobe, actually.
Actually, I don't think a leader should ever say I'm a germaphobe. It sounds pussy.
Yeah, it shows weakness.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
does.
Fear and weakness.
I'm afraid that a little fucking microbe could kill me. I'm staying inside. I don't know whether you watched that Leo DiCaprio movie a couple years ago where he made a big fucking wooden airplane and then hid in the fucking screening room. That's me. I'm out of my mind. I don't even clip my fingernails. I'm fucking crazy right now. When he first came out, he looked a little tired, but he looks like he's amped up now.
He's very animated.
Yeah, when I turned around a moment ago, his hands were really going. I don't know what he's saying, but he was very...
He doesn't either.
Passion.
Yeah.
And he was like...
He got the fucking light like fucking 15 minutes ago. He just blew right through it.
Right before he came on, I saw him I saw Jared Kushner, the son-in-law, crack a smile. I think Trump was cracking jokes with the kid before he was going on.
Yeah. He goes, you know how much fucking money we're going to be making? Forget this fucking place. Let me get through with this. I do this fucking 4 years, and me and you are on Bank Street. They're going to call us the Bank Brothers. He loves that fucking son-in-law. That kid's only 35. Fucking 35 years old. Built. I think he bought a giant building when he was 25. Bought the fucking paper, the New York Observer, when he was in his early 20s. He's a gopher. They had to call him Gopher from Love Boat. I mean, Gopher from Love Boat, you never even seen him in his cabin. That's how fucking hard that prick worked. And then he ended up becoming a congressman.
So there you go.
Still wore the suit.
Still wore his little sailor suit.
Every time he was walking around Congress with just some fucking drinks on the tray. Anybody need anything? You guys good over here? Can I talk you into a little guac? You look like a guac gang.
Let's get some guac talk going.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I was a server anywhere. I would fucking push the guac.
Oh, you got
Our guac is unbelievable.
You've got to.
Yeah. It's like a green Jesus just jizzed all over a fucking plate. That's how good it fucking tastes.
I gotta order it.
Yeah, we'll take some. That'd be great.
I would say to him, there he goes, the guac, and I go, good. Dude, when I'm taking the fucking plates away, I'm licking them all the way back to the kitchen. That's how much I love the guac here.
Every time?
Yeah, every fucking time. Even if there's a cigarette put out in it, I still lick it.
I thought you were a germaphobe.
We can smoke it here?
Yeah, you can smoke anywhere. It's the fucking 60s. This is the 1960s. I didn't set the premise up. I'm a server in the 1960s. I couldn't do it now. But in the 1960s, if I could time travel and do anything, I would be a fucking server in the 60s because you could still smoke while you're coming over. Can I interest you guys in some surf and turf?
Yes, please.
And the guac, popularity hadn't hit its peak, so you'd be next level.
I'm not sure if anybody knew what the guac was in the 1960s. No. They were still in iceberg lettuce.
I mean, yesterday when we were going through what time period you could live in, you're also talking about a pre-guac world where you couldn't just
watch out for
access guac.
You couldn't get sushi,
Mm-mm.
And, Italian food was down to biscottis. They got great biscottis here. I don't know. All right, it's the Bennington Show. It's, I'm going to guess, a Wednesday.
You're correct.
I want everybody to clear out after the show today. Everybody had a long night last night. We all went to Dan's show.
It was so much fun. That show was amazing.
At Caroline's. Just to hear Dan in public say, "Thank you, man."
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
I even got a thank you, man, from him today after the show. He was very happy. Vito was out last night. You don't normally even come out with us. You always do your own solo trips.
Yeah, but tonight I wanted to be part of the squad.
Well, it isn't tonight, dude. It's last night.
Crazy bastard. You didn't even know what
It's
day it
done.
is.
It's not going to go on every day.
I love when Vito realizes he's an idiot. It's the best face.
Yeah. Vito starts laughing at Vito then.
He's like, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
He just loves it. Hey, I have a tweet that I'm going to retweet.
Wow, that's great. Thanks for letting me know that.
And I want Chris, pull it up.
Oh, okay. So there's something more to
There's
that?
something more to it.
Okay, good. I didn't know whether Larry and Yonkers said something funny. You wanted to just...
I just want to let everyone know when I retweet people. See, that's the thing with me. Not only do you get a retweet, but you get a radio shout out.
Yeah, you get a radio retweet. What are we talking about here?
All right, so this is Scotty G has posted this, and these are his kids. Chris, hit play there.
Thank you, Jack.
Oh no!
Oh, you
buffering.
fucked up, Chris.
Chris,
Vito, can you fucking take over for him? I've been trying to get you into this room for quite some time.
This guy has no hands on the internet.
Oh, shit.
Bullshit.
While you're yelling bullshit, it happened, Chris. It literally happened. Why don't you just... is there a way for you to set this stuff up before the show?
I loaded the video. I waited for it to buffer. It looked buffered, but it didn't buffer.
You didn't say what I said. Before the show, so you know it's buffering. All right, let's... So set it up again as if
All
Chris
right.
wasn't here.
So this
So
is
in the best of, we'll cut up all the Chris part.
Do that, please.
this is Scotty G who tweeted this out, and these are Scotty G's sons.
Thank you, Jack.
No.
All right, Chris. Seriously. I was in a meeting with Chris and Don yesterday. He never brings this up at all. He never brings it up at all. And Don says, how's everything equipment-wise? Great, Don. Unbelievable. Fucking loving it. I feel like I live in the future right now, Don. Don would be on this.
I'm gonna have a meeting. I'm just gonna call a meeting with Don today.
The meeting was yesterday, you dope.
Yes.
Yes, he yells.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, you want to just play it
Can
from
I
there?
just play it from here,
Yeah.
close to the mic? Will that work?
Hold on. It looks like it's buffered
You
now.
said that so many times.
Swear
This is
it's
my
not.
last.
If it's not. Oh, you started from the end.
Thank you, Jack.
What the fuck? Just turn it. Go ahead, Gail. Play it properly.
No.
All right, here we go. No, mine
Now ours
isn't.
isn't working.
Why is your internet working here?
Why wouldn't you just bring that up yesterday instead of the madness of you screaming on the air, what the fuck?
I'm writing a fucking note to myself.
Now,
Mine
here's
isn't.
another thing that all right, from now on I'm understanding that it's not Chris, it's the video. People are telling me. And yet he screamed, "What the fuck," as loud as he could. Vito, how do you stay so cool? And could you train Chris to be cool?
He's the least cool person.
I don't know. I've spent mornings with you. You don't seem like a really cool dude when you're banging on every fucking cabinet.
Oh, and oh, you don't do that.
I do it a lot less than you.
What are you guys banging on cabinets?
I have to fucking calm him down sometimes.
Now,
Ron.
why are you guys angry?
I don't know. I can't remember. I know.
Vito,
Yesterday,
why are you guys angry?
I don't know. I keep it cool. Sometimes I'll get mad once in a while. I'll hit something. But there's mornings where I feel like an abused child. I hear like my dad screaming in the background.
Your dad's dead. That would be really scary.
That's a ghost, Vito.
He was screaming in pain, Vito.
One day I freaked out because I couldn't send an email, and I lost my shit in my office.
Oh, boy.
A lot of F-bombs. Probably some C-bombs, too.
I mean, you can hear through those doors. I mean, they're glass
Everyone
doors.
Here, everyone here must know I'm crazy.
Yeah.
We'll turn around 2017, though. Calm, become more calm.
All right. So people would like to know about your date last night. Let's get that out of the way real quick.
I was stood up last night. That shit hurts.
Listen to Nazareth, and they will fucking tell you everything that you need to know. Love hurts.
It hurts so much because I was looking forward to Crazy Painter Girl.
Yeah.
But then I get out of the train at West 4th. I get a text. Oh, I'm still in the studio. I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. You couldn't text me this an hour ago?
By the way, I don't think that's stood up. I think stood up is when you don't even hear from them.
Yeah, stood up. I would say that it is more like you arrived,
sat there, and
movie came and
you
went.
Never heard. Yeah.
So I was giving it.
No call
Did you go to the
show.
movie anyway?
No, I didn't. I said I don't want to watch that movie
Because I saw him just leave Caroline's. I was out having a smoke. So he comes out. He acts like he's just hanging with me, but he's not. I go, "Oh, Chris is coming out to smoke. Good." And I'm talking to him for a while, and finally I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing out here? You're not smoking." And he goes, "I'm going to my date." But he wasn't. He was going to stand there forever
You could've
until
been
I
like-
gave him the go to your date. Go get stood up. I said to him.
How did you know?
So you're done now. You got nothing in the fucking chambers. No
Nothing-
bullets in the chambers.
No bullets in chambers as of right now, as of today.
Yeah.
But I did download the J-Date version of Tinder, the Jewish-only version.
You're not a J.
I'm not. I did. On my profile, I put willing to convert. So I'm going to fucking start.
No girl's going to want that.
No.
Should I just lie and say I'm a Jew?
I don't
I don't think you should do it at all.
I don't
Why
think you
not?
should be on J-Date.
What's
Why
with
not?
you and the Jews?
I don't know. It's just another way to swipe. I just, I'm addicted to this now.
I'll tell you that Dan's got a cute girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, she's adorable.
Didn't Dan go out with Molly one time?
Yes, he did.
And that girl kind of reminds me of Molly.
She is kind of Molly.
He's got a type, Molly.
Yeah, a Molly type.
Yeah. She's
And I guess-
Molly-esque.
And Chris has a J-Date type, I guess.
I'm about to find
So
out.
you got nothing happening with the goy. Not one date lined up.
No, so I'm fucking going Jew.
Okay.
It's not that, like, I actually met a girl recently, a month back, who we hit it off at the bar, and then I spoke to her a week later, and she was like, I reconsidered everything, and I can't date you because you're not Jewish.
No, I get it. You know, I mean, the Jews, they don't want their culture to disappear. They don't want to get it vetoed down. You know what I mean? They can't bring some fucking organ grinder and his monkey into their family.
But, like, don't give me your my name is Vito. I'm a very obvious Italian person. From the hours we were talking at the bar, you should have just not given me your number.
Maybe she liked you, but she thought it over, or she talked with her family, and they were like, "No juice. He must be Jew."
And it was, I was trying to get her to, like, reconsider. I was like, look, I'll, like, look into the Torah. Like, we could go out Hanukkah week. But she hasn't any interest in that.
Obviously you started talking stupid right away. I'll look into the Torah.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's just not going to work out.
There are certain people, they want to stay with their culture. Okay? Whites are that way. They want to stay with their white culture.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand it. I mean, we had all the founding fathers.
Yeah.
All of them.
Clean sweep.
I look around, I'm like, that's not my heritage.
What he said something else besides heritage too, right? That's not my culture or something
Yeah.
with the heritage. He had two things. He was fucking great. There was a certain secret organization that shall not be named. Like it was a fucking good thing.
And he's losing the crowd while he's talking about
All
it.
right, now Trump said today, I think it was Russia behind the election hacks, which he said it wasn't. He said it was a fat kid in Jersey.
In the same speech, he said, I've been to Moscow. It's great. I was there for the Miss Universe competition once.
That's where I was hypnotized and fucking forced to run for president.
I thought Barron was behind those hacks. He's really good with computers.
He is great with a computer. We saw him just a couple months ago. And his nanny says he's unbelievable. No, he says with Barron, how old is Barron? 10?
Yeah.
And they're saying, how
about
much
that.
time do you spend with him? And he goes, you mean in text? Oh, God. I text from the plane all the time. And I tell him to get ready. We got a big company to run. His daughter said, like, Trump used to come in with these, like, fucking building plans and wake her up when she was sleeping. She'd be a little girl. And he'd go, look at this. One day we're going to be building buildings together. She's like, what? What are you talking about, dude? Can't fucking build a building right now? He also said sick people put the Russian dossier thing together.
Yeah, it was 4chan. Fucking anonymous.
I can't keep up with any of this. But that I don't know if he knows how gigantic it is to say that Russia was behind the election hacks. And basically, we did not have an election that wasn't run or at least swayed by fucking Russia. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Maybe that's what all the hand gestures were about.
He says sons won't talk
Russia.
about business with him. He's hoping.
He's begging.
Yeah.
Just give me something. Give me a quarterly report.
Something.
Anything.
I know you two fuckers aren't running this. It would be just great if they were just seeing her driving around town with blondes and fucking convertibles, just hanging out with rappers and shit. VIP, behind the VIP ropes.
Their just life is like a rap video.
Fuck yeah, they just
like-
whack the fuck. There's big gold chains and shit. They start
Big ass women just like
Yeah.
grinding up on them.
producing movies starring Little Rel. You know, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Called Wizard of Rel, and they're just having fun wherever they go.
I wish that would happen.
No, those kids are too tight. You know what I mean? They don't loosen up at all.
Maybe because Don was around the entire time. No, he won't be.
I don't know. I mean, the only weird thing that those two boys ever do is fly to fucking Africa and shoot giraffes in the neck.
They love that.
That's the weirdest shit.
Why do
I'm
they
gonna-
love it so much?
Because it's like the animals you see at the zoo, but you get to shoot them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how when you're at the zoo,
Yeah.
you're like, I wish I could drop that fucking rhino right here in this tracks.
Bring its head back to my house.
They
Like-
love that pose too. Just like the bloody faced animal, like
Yeah.
or you like the knee on the animal is pretty common. I've conquered this beast.
All right. Look at Megan McCain. She's very Peggy Lee. You know what I mean? She'd be like, is that all there is, my friends? Then let's keep dancing. I don't know. I always find her to be kind of crazy sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
She did our show once with Michael Ian Black, and I thought she was really sweet. You know?
yeah,
I mean,
there's-
politically, we probably don't line up, but
no,
she's
yeah,
sweet.
but there is something about her personality. I would agree.
She had some kind of little weird reality show that didn't roll too long. But who was she fighting the other day? Oh, Billy in the Street? Her and Billy in the Street were going out like animals on Twitter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he was just fucking like angry, gay, vicious with her.
Right, because she had said something. I
Like,
think
shut up,
about-
Meryl Streep. Something
yeah,
like that.
said something related to that.
Shut the fuck up, Meryl Streep. Stop your fucking bullshit talk. I'll fucking smack the shit out of you. Most of your movies are unwatchable. That's where her head was.
Yeah, Billy wasn't having it.
No, Billy went fucking crazy.
he was
He was like chasing her down the street with a microphone. What are you doing?
He tweeted at her. She asked him not to make fun of disabled people and advocated for the freedom of press and the arts. You fucking moron.
What did he just slur at us?
I don't
You
know.
don't have to fucking
I got
Google
fucking-
and read. You can just be a person. We can be in here. We don't need facts a lot. Just fucking riff.
I did hear fucking moron, though. That was
Yeah.
the only part I caught.
That's the only part that was funny. I heard slur, long slur, thick tongue, into you fucking moron. Well, there she is. I don't know what everybody's rocking with. It looks like Fox is satisfied that everything's all worked out.
Yeah, they look very comfortable there.
I don't know what CNN's doing. Look, they brought in 85 fucking people to talk about this.
Break it down.
We came.
Jesus Christ.
I'm here with everybody I graduated from high school with, and
They're gonna
one at a time. We're going to go through this.
John Gruden's up there.
they're gonna need a talking stick.
Yeah,
It's gonna get crazy.
they should pass around a Coke.
That was ridiculous.
I know. You don't need that many fucking people.
There is a table of 20 talking heads.
Literally the biggest fucking talking head group you've ever seen since the Talking Heads last tour. When suddenly the other guys in the band found out that there was 18 Africans who are now full-time members of Talking Heads. They're like, David, it's great that we bring them in and do some shit, but no, they're regular members just like the rest of us. Just like they were at CBGB's 8 years ago.
This is a talking head. This is a talking head.
Everybody here is the talking head. So that's all it. Everything's satisfied. You know, I hate to wake you up, but you got a fucking room back there to pay attention to. Love it or shove it said, did Ronnie used to wake up Gail Ann and show her a radio and say, one day we'll make fun of people on the radio together? I think Gail would point out that when she was a little girl, I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. I just had no idea who the children were.
One of these kids seems like they've hurt themselves. I don't know which one.
Somebody's crying, honey. Somebody's crying. I took the fucking cold home. Now your mom's sick.
Oh, no.
I'm just spreading sickness wherever I go. I'm seriously like that woman who was making soup downtown and gave everybody in fucking the city. What was she? Something
Typhoid Mary?
Yeah, she gave everybody typhoid by handing them bowls of typhoid soup. Dunk some bread in there. It's good.
She was like the original outbreak monkey.
Ted in Providence.
Hey, buddies. So I just saw on Facebook, Mr. Barry Crimmins is reporting that he and Kurt Metzger were involved in a hit-and-run accident by an 18-wheeler last night.
Well, at least they got away. You know what I mean? I say you get in that accident, get
Thank
out of
God.
there. So he and Crimmins are in a car. 18-wheeler hits them and keeps going.
Yeah, he hasn't really. He said they're a little bit shook up. Everybody's okay, mostly, but he doesn't really. He's not really giving any details right now. But yeah, apparently hit him and kept moving.
Well, he and Metzger were shook up before this even happened. That's just their regular way of being. All right. Well, that would have been an amazing story if we could have reported that those two guys were killed last night in a hit and run.
Oh, my God.
This would have knocked Trump off the front page of the Interbank. Crimmins and Metzger would have went right up. I would have just put Crimmins and another were in a hit and run accident.
That's terrible.
I don't know why I said that. I love Metzger. Except for the, pro rape talk. Everything else is great. That's wild though, huh?
Yeah, that's really
I
scary.
didn't know Barry had Facebook.
Yeah, me either. Maybe we should be FB friends.
You see, here's the thing. If you have Twitter, why do you have Facebook? And vice versa.
I'm not active on Facebook. Like, I can't really have more than one social media.
No, I can, or else you're just repeating the same joke, right?
Yeah.
And then people have their Twitter, update their Facebook, so if you tweet, it goes on your Facebook as well.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
And then they'll link them up. People do it with Instagram, too. You put a picture on Instagram, it immediately goes to your Facebook.
Or Twitter.
Yeah.
Or
Which is
Snapchat.
it, Gail? Which one is it?
I was saying Facebook because that's what we're talking about. Or Twitter.
There you go.
Did you get that video?
No, it doesn't.
They-
It cannot be played.
They just said on CNN that they're going to let 1/3 of the people go for lunch. And, they're going to do lunch and take so all the talking heads will not. There'll still be 66 people left.
Are they going to have stand-ins? It's going to look so
Yeah.
bare.
I'm here with my 99 contributors all together. We're going to go to them one row at a time to see what they thought of Trump's speech. Look, Trump has got enough flags for everybody on CNN. He just lined up 18 flags. We know you're an American, dude. We get that completely. You don't need all those flags. One flag, if you want. But all these flags look like you're overcompensating.
I think you do 2 max, like the way like a principal likes to stand between the 2 folded up flags.
I have an expert that wants to talk about the Barry Crimmins hit and run last night. Matt, Missouri.
Yeah, this is Matt. Hey, on that hit and run, that truck driver might not even notice, buddy.
They don't. You couldn't even feel a car when you hit it.
You're not going to feel shit.
That's amazing.
Not unless it's a head on or a massive collision.
Now the thing is, that's why you guys aim at deer.
Exactly.
All right, thanks for the update. So the hit and run that Barry Crimmins was involved in last night, and yes, he is okay. He was with Kurt Metzger. They were doing their tour that they do where they come out and do Q&A and try to figure out what's going on with Metzger after. Why he thinks like he does and says the things that he does. He's so funny, by the way.
He's crazy funny. Yeah.
But they're both okay. Maybe we can get a hold of Barry today, which would be nice.
I'd like to hear his voice. Know everything's okay. Man, I remember there was another time he had come in here and had like a very near scary accident, like had just missed a really bad accident.
No, he's saying that he doesn't think they'll make Nashville tonight and Georgia Thursday through Saturday. For those guys to miss a gig, it can't be good.
Yeah.
They like to do gigs.
They love it.
They're like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, sit here for the next hour while we talk to you. Don't say anything.
Don't you dare.
Don't order drinks loudly. Last night we got to hear all the crazy stories. Everybody had such different stories.
They were
last
very
night.
different, very varied. But it was such a funny night. Your story was hilarious. We were dying.
Oh, you guys are just saying that.
No, I'm not
I
kidding.
looked over and I saw Vito just staring at me.
No, that's not true.
That's Vito. I
Just
wasn't.
staring. I couldn't see you because he was sitting in front of you. You look like a tiny little thing. Vito, you didn't laugh even once?
No, I was laughing.
I'm kidding you, dude.
I saw
Why
mine.
would I make that up?
Not once. They didn't smirk.
No, see, no, you wouldn't want him to feel good. You would want him to feel like someone wasn't
know.
laughing.
He's making me
That's-
feel like I fucking lost the room.
You did not. God, no.
Shut up. Stop being a yes man.
I'm not a yes man.
Yes, you are. You're fucking. I should just call you goddamn close to the edge. That's what a yes man you are. You're like having Rick Waitman in here without a fucking keyboard.
We'll have a keyboard. This one doesn't sound very good.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
That was not a good joke, dude.
Yeah, that's that.
And his face when he did it, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I have a keyboard.
That's what he always wanted to be, a prop act. Just because you make prop bets doesn't make you a prop act. Get that through your fucking head right
I
now.
wish I'd hit a prop bet for once.
You never do you?
No, I always go tails. Doesn't seem to happen for me.
Dude, tails never fails. That's the fucking thing.
Maybe I'll do that for the Super Bowl. I'll go heavy on tails. Last year I got killed on heads.
What about Shane Gillis last night?
Yeah, dude.
He was fucking funny as shit.
So funny.
I talked to him after. Chris wasn't there, so I booked him for the show.
Shit.
I got to do Chris's job because he's out getting stood up all over town.
Just one time. You win some, you lose some.
While you were laying in the bed with your fucking socks on and a fucking slight heart on, waiting for a fucking Batman mask to get there.
Batman mask. Where
Hold
are
on,
you?
I can't babble on with you. I got the late Barry Crimmins on the line right now. He was involved in a very big hit and run accident last night. Barry.
Yeah. Don't
Dude.
make me laugh, you bastard.
Dude, this would have been the capper of your career. You realize that, right?
Ron, I got to tell you what's going. I told you in an email, but I mean, I'm telling you, I finally caught on that I wasn't supposed to try to save the entire world. And for the past 4 days, I was happy. Then I got hit with a fucking 18-wheeler. I guess I got to open the refugee camp up again.
He was really ready to start working on himself. So, Barry, what happened?
I was dozing off.
While you were driving?
When I came, I was dozing off. It was late. These guys, I'm with Kurt, Jody, Rob Mayhew's girlfriend, and she was driving, and we got hit. And I came too. I mean, I now realize because the front of the car was smashed in something else. I got hit in the front, and when I just sort of opened my eyes up, the fucking tire of the 18-wheeler was coming in it broke the window right next to me and sprayed glass all over me. And I swear to God, we were about to get sucked under. I saw it was like, oh, this is it. At least I know I'm not whoa, no. I was just like, man, I guess I'm going to gurgle and that'll be it. But as it's miraculously, hand of providence, the car suddenly bounced away, was repelled rather than sucked in. But it seemed like we were kind of stuck. And that's why, I guess that's where when I think about it, that's probably the front of the car was hitting something at that point. I think it might have been further under the truck. I don't know. But we got sprayed back out, and the fucker took off. The truck driver took off.
Well, a truck driver called here, and he says sometimes when you're in a truck, you can't even feel that. But do you think he would have had to known he was an accident?
I don't know how. I mean, I would guess, but who knows? Okay, well, I'll, whatever. Benefit of the doubt. I hope that there's got to be some evidence of, on his truck. I don't know. I mean, I'm in pretty good shock here.
Yeah.
I still got to go to the doctor. I'm pretty banged up, but I'm not going to be able to do those gigs. Kurt might get down to Georgia for those gigs. Nashville tonight is out, and I'm not going anywhere for a few days. I got to go to LA next week. But that's
Barry.
Yeah.
Here's the important question, and you should ask everybody in the car.
In an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
Right?
You've got to find out, was that a Walmart truck? Because if it was, you're looking at some really big money, some Tracy money.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But it probably was that the odds are 50-50. It was, right?
Yeah, that's actually true. Well, glad you guys are okay. And you said Kurt's okay?
Kurt's a little banged up, but I think I might have gotten the worst of it.
Where did this happen at?
Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, I know that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you're out at night, man.
And now we're at a hotel. We're at a hotel that's like surrounded by. All you can see out my window are the fucking trucks driving by.
Yeah, right.
Man, those things are big.
No place to be in post-traumatic stress.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I haven't had enough of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. You don't know any other way of living.
No, it's just it. I mean, unless I feel like I'm kind of floating a little bit, it's just not right. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'm glad to be alive. I'm telling you, it was very close.
All right, buddy. You take care of yourself, and I'm glad you're going to go
Okay.
get checked out.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Love everybody. Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, Barry.
Oh, he's dramatic, isn't he? He's always got something going
I
on.
know.
Barry Crimmins. Now, he's in that Spielberg movie. What was the first? It was just a truck was chasing a guy all through the desert. It was a TV movie.
It's
Duel.
Duel.
Duel, yeah. And if you ever go back and watch this, it's fucking Jaws. It's just the same as Jaws. Wherever you go, instead of a shark being there, it's a truck. He loves Spielberg loves having something big chase people. And then, of course, he did Jurassic Park. Jaws is a fucking dinosaur, you know? Hey, Ben. Ben, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey.
What's going on, buddy? I got to thank you for the Turkey Club over at Trend. It's fantastic. The idea is delicious.
I know. We got to keep it quiet, though. I don't want that place packed out.
Oh, sorry.
I want them to be
the Wink-
borderline good.
The something at the Wink Wink was fantastic, buddy.
Thank you, my friend. I'm glad to hear it. All right?
All right. Take care.
Talk
Thanks,
to you
buddy.
later. Bye. We're down to the point, you know what I mean? That if you have a decent diner, you're like, I hope it doesn't go out of business. Everything does. Everything just fucking leaves, and then they put another eyeglass store there.
We have no diners where we are
in
now.
Midtown?
Nothing.
We're in Fuckville. We're literally, this place is in Fuckville.
I mean, I'm feeling like the mayor of Fuckville right now.
If we could just, you take that coffee shop downstairs, right? You get fancy coffees. Fuck it. Just have a place that serves fucking good diner food. We'd clean up in this neighborhood. Because there's got to be hundreds of thousands of people within a rock throwing distance. And I'm not even kidding. You could throw a rock and hit places where hundreds of thousands of people work. And there's not a good diner. Really fucking closed down my favorite diner.
No, that was so sad.
I haven't gotten over it yet. It was like losing a family member.
I know, and I've been going to that diner since high school.
Yeah. That was like losing a family member to AIDS.
Oh, God.
Watching it die slowly in front of you, the diner. I can't believe the name BuzzFeed is coming up everywhere. Why would anyone, they're going to a liberal news site, BuzzFeed. I'm like, liberal? It's a fucking silly news site.
Yeah.
It tells you what friend you are.
I'm always Phoebe.
Really? I'm Chandler every fucking time. I'm glad to be Chandler. He ends up with Monica.
I get Rachel. It's weird.
I'm not going to lie. It's like, that is like a de-stress, chill out thing that I do as I go on BuzzFeed and play mindless quizzes.
I can't believe it. I'm fucking embarrassed by that.
I do it all the time. I like it sometimes in the office, like if we're like, we have something to do, I'll be
Like
like, all
work?
right, like, yeah. But like I'm
Okay.
saying, like, I'll say, let's take a 5-minute break. We'll do just like 2 BuzzFeed quizzes and then we'll jump back in. And I make Chris and Vito answer BuzzFeed quizzes.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Chris, no, not you. Why would I be? I'm not talking to you at all. Why would you say yeah? Look, you're never going to change, Chris. I'm fine about that. But you've turned fucking Vito into useless. And I had high fucking hopes for
He's
this
very
kid.
useful. He gets a lot done.
Nothing does he get done. How long have you been working on that special you're putting together for us?
About a week and a half.
Can I tell you something? I'm in a meeting with Don, and he's screaming at me, where's the fucking special? You said you had the special. Chris is like, we get it to Vito. And he's like, who? I go, he's a kid that works with us. He said, you said you'd have the special. I told Jack you'd have the special. I told Scott you'd have the special. Where's the fucking special? And I'm like, right now they're playing BuzzFeed. And when that gets done, we'll have the special. A week and a half, I've got nothing to show him, Vito.
I don't want you to get yelled at by Don and...
No, yelled is too small of a word. He was screaming. He was frothing at the mouth. His eyes were bleeding.
Yeah.
He was bleeding from the eyes, and I don't know where. You know what I mean? I'm thinking the vagina.
I don't want you to get mad dogged by Don.
You got to get your work done. You can't be playing BuzzFeed all fucking day.
Sorry,
right?
I shared this.
Barry Crimmins was almost fucking killed last night while you're fucking playing BuzzFeed.
I'm the one who plays BuzzFeed.
But you said you have them do it with you.
They don't want to.
I'm just adjacent. She asked me questions like, which pot do you like the best? And I have to go, I guess the ceramic round one.
Okay.
And then
That
I'm
is-
like, turns out your favorite sexual position is doggy style.
Yeah, the bottom of doggy style. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Trump says the big thing to take away: the Suns will not talk business.
This guy's
There's
sad.
A-Train back from fucking Green Bay.
Yeah. Heartbroken.
No, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you fly out there to see the underdog play. Your heart can't be broken. What happened is what everybody expected to happen. It's when there's an upset, you know? Like the Tide are right now with Clemson. They'll never get over it. They said there was over 400,000 suicides in
Oh my
Alabama
God,
after
that's
that day.
horrible.
Well, people lost the game. You know what I mean? I mean, why go on living?
There's no point. If you're a Bama fan,
I think it's so funny that Trump said that he thinks it was Russia when he was attacking people who said they thought it was Russia and called them sore losers.
he loves Putin. He loves talking about how his relationship is good with Putin.
Try to cough up that hack.
Oh,
I
God,
get
please.
sick.
Yeah, we're all getting it.
I feel
When we're getting it, I'm already done, and I gave it out to everybody.
I feel it in my throat.
I think I'm getting it too.
Ooh. What about the sizzle reel for 101?
I have the videos are completely put together. I just have to grab clips from them. That's easy.
If it's easy, do you know when we did the last 101?
Well, I don't have video from the last one. I only have video from.
So you didn't. So the one that we did before that, you still haven't put together, and you're telling us that it's easy.
Well, yeah, I thought we wanted to compile more, but I can pull from the one.
I want to get something done. You know.
Yeah, it'll be done.
Yes. When?
It'll be done tonight. I can put the sizzle reel
Okay,
together.
now it's tonight. You can't get something for 2 months, and then you're told you'll have it tonight.
No BuzzFeed quizzes today.
Thank God.
I want all you guys to stay away from each other after the show.
Oh, okay.
Do not go near each other. Do not talk to each other.
Guys, friendship off.
Why would there even be a friendship on? This is fucking. This is work. This is a work-related project. Not like sleepover time, where everybody can get to find out what kind of ceramic pots he likes. Why would you even want to know what kind of ceramic pot he likes?
No,
It's not even interesting to
no,
me.
no, that's just one of the questions that could lead you to figure out
No,
what
you
kind
tell
of
them-
sexual position he might like.
You pick a bunch of sexual positions, and they tell you what kind of fucking cookware to get. I thought I was going to bring Jen in here to crack skulls. That was Jen's job, to be the skull cracker.
Oh, she's a skull cracker for sure. She does not play BuzzFeed quizzes.
Is that right?
BuzzFeed quizzes have went down 200% since Jen joined the staff.
Yeah.
It's actually true.
Send Jen in here.
Jen, why do you hate BuzzFeed quizzes?
Did you see the guy who destroyed his TV after Bama lost?
No.
This is fucking classic. I'm sure Chris can't pull it together. But it goes to just show you how fucking nutty, insane football fans are. So here he is watching the. This is the last play of the game. Well, there was a second left after this, and this is how. I'm sure you probably didn't watch the game, right?
I didn't watch it, no.
This is how Bama lost with just seconds ago. There's Jen. Jen, let me just say this: A, thanks for not playing BuzzFeed quiz. B, your next job. If you see Gail talking to Vito, remove Vito from that room.
Okay. I'll try.
He's got projects that have just stacked up for months now. And I go walking down the hall and I hear people giggling and they're just chanting BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed.
Well, how else are they going to know it's BuzzFeed time?
I didn't think anyone played fucking BuzzFeed since 2006. I thought that was
But it's like a,
the
it's like a
ending spot.
de-stress thing to do just for like 5 minutes.
Wait, stress from what? Not handing in your fucking projects?
I guess so.
Ah, I'm so worried that I don't do any work. I better de-stress a little bit with a BuzzFeed quiz. Oh, for a fucking hour, he's looking for this. For an hour.
It's just not. There we go. Now it's loading.
It let Don know we can't do the show out of here. But I'm in a meeting with him yesterday. Don's like, how's all the equipment? Great, Don. It's amazing.
Here we go. Here's the
Here it is.
Bama fan.
You ain't shit. 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 You ain't never been shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Put your TV now. No one can.
Now we don't know what happened.
Now no one can watch it.
We live in a world where you can't even punch your television.
Oh my God.
That's how shitty all products are. You can't punch a TV.
You can see by his body language that he's like a little bit regret for what, like it just sunk in what he just did.
But he's also pissed that his team lost. You know what I mean? Like, no amount of breaking TVs makes that feel better.
No. Now you got a broken TV.
He wanted to. Pierce Morgan, this is up on the iBang too. Pierce Morgan said that George Michael banged 500 guys in 7 years. Well, what is the reason to even bring that up?
No, I don't know why he would say it.
Because it didn't lead to him dying, did it?
And it also sounds like it's like 500 might as well be a million. Like it's such a ridiculous number.
You would think one of the 500 dudes would come out and say, yeah, he's right.
He did.
He loved it.
Roll call.
I mean, we live in a world where no one can do anything these days because of social media. And not one of the fucking 500, not one of the cherished 500 brought it up.
It doesn't seem like it's relevant. Like it just seems mean.
Well, why would Piers say anything relevant?
Piers, that's slut shaming. That's what you're doing.
I guess he does morning TV in England now. He used to be on CNN and fighting with everybody. And now he's just going over talking this. Here's another really cute thing. It's up on the iBang. And this actually got to Gail. But Chris Hemsworth kids are watching him on TV giving out his award. And one of them has a Thor doll. Just sitting there watching their dad and holding a doll of their dad as Thor.
That is so cute.
Now, do you think that's two little girls and a little boy with long hair or three little girls?
That is two little girls and then a little boy on the left with long hair, I think.
All right, Vito, while you're over there, I want you to look up what are Chris's kids. But they're adorable.
I'm gonna go group of boys.
Nobody's giving a fuck what you say. Look it up.
Look it up.
I never care about your opinion. I'm trying to get Chris's opinions, trying not to get him look it up. But I don't want you ever to have an opinion. Other than that, there's a project you haven't turned in 3 months that miraculously you can get done, according to you, in the next 9 hours.
No, because I put.
You're not typing. I want to find out what those kids are.
Answers, Vito.
All right. So here's what I'm saying. You don't do anything for fucking 3 months, and then within 9 hours you're able to do it. How does that happen, Vito? How does that happen? Stop having an opinion. I want you to look that stuff up.
You can't answer on anything, can you?
I don't need a backup guy like that. It's creepy, Chris. It's really fucking creepy.
Let's try to stop being so creepy.
It's weird. It's so uncalled for.
He loves.
Oh, you got
Daddy.
an answer?
So he's got twin sons and a daughter.
What?
No.
So the long hairs are the sons.
He doesn't have twin sons. That one of the okay, I believe that they're twins, but one of those has to be a girl.
Yes, the one all the way at the end is a girl. The one that you thought was the boy, and those two Thor length kids are boys.
I don't think so. I think he's done a poor job. There's no way.
That's just a boy who hasn't cut his hair, whatever, 5 years old. I don't know.
I know, but I can tell by what they're wearing.
Is purple like for girls? It's like a purple like pajamas these kids are wearing.
All right, Omi wrote to us that they're putting a new restaurant in place of our favorite diner. They said that before that they're going to have they put it as a white, what do you call that? What's the thing that goes over the table?
Tablecloth?
A white tablecloth diner. They said they're going to have.
What does that mean?
It means upscale 1980s. Now, no one fucking wants that. We got plenty of that around here.
Yeah.
If I want to spend fucking $72 for a crab cake, I can do that easily anywhere within fucking 2 feet.
No.
We need a diner for when you don't feel like that. Fuck.
We need eggs, man. Eggs and potatoes.
Someone said we have the Brooklyn Diner. The Brooklyn Diner is not even a real fucking diner.
That's like a restaurant.
That's a fancy pants fucking place where, again, you want a crab cake? $72. $72 for a crab cake.
It's a standard.
And that doesn't even come with tartar sauce. Another $18 if you want tartar sauce.
There's a diner over here that's pure garbage. Doesn't even have a booth.
What?
What are you talking about?
It's just tables laid out.
Where?
2 blocks away.
Closed. You're talking about
Evergreen?
Evergreen is closed.
It's closed. What?
Yeah, they close like just after Christmas or just after New Year's. Yeah.
You're so behind on everything, even where the diners are.
Now we don't even.
Ageless than ever.
Now we don't even have a bad diner.
I wouldn't even.
We don't
go
have a
there.
good diner or a bad diner. We have no diner.
The other day, for lunch, I had to fucking wrestle some food out of a homeless man's hands. I ate the rest of his muffin. I had nowhere else to go. Oh, and I also took $6 out of a hat that he had.
Seems like you didn't need to do that.
Well, you know what? For my time that I took, it took me so long to wrestle. I go, my time is worth $6 now. What's up, Nick?
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up to Vito that when he says he can finish the project in the afternoon, it doesn't show that he's very efficient and speedy because he's going to finish it today. Shows that you could have finished it in the fucking afternoon any one of these past days and just had it turned in already. But,
You were a lot nicer on the phone to me.
I was just thinking that. Like, this guy acted polite to you probably on the phone, then went on air and just shit talked you.
First of all, you didn't shit talk him. You told just an absolute truth that no one can deny. You can't say I haven't turned something in fucking 3 months. Then you get yelled at and say, I'll have it tonight. It either means you're going to take 3 months and push it into 8 hours, or you let 8 hours go by for 3 months.
No, the way I edit things is I put the whole piece together. So when
we wouldn't know this, we never see any of the stuff that you say you do.
I sent everybody the full video like the week of the last Comedy 101.
So where is it then?
I can forward it back to you guys right now.
So you're saying it's already done?
No, the sizzle reel's not done. I have to pull
Oh
clips
my
from the sizzle
god!
for the-
Oh my god! Seriously, I'm gonna get a fucking ice pick and put it in my neck.
Please
the next
don't.
time you start to talk like that, or maybe I can get around behind myself and get it directly into my spine.
Oh, Jesus, no.
So I can't live like this, Chris. I can't fucking go on like this. You know what I'm doing? I'm put a noose around my neck, then fucking ride a bicycle.
Although that's a humorous way to go, I don't want
It's
you to
really
do
a funny
it.
way to go, and not enough people do it. No, they're gonna fucking kill this kid in South Carolina. They said they gave him the death thing. As the first guy to get a federal death sentence in a long time, he's the kid who went in and shut up the churches.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Dylan Roof.
You didn't sound like you really cared.
Dylan Roof.
Okay, so Dylan Roof, right? Why not have him put a noose around his neck, ride a bicycle off a pier, and see what happens?
You should be able to choose your death.
Yeah. If you had to choose your death, what would you choose? Because I would tell them right now, if they said you're going to be put to death any way you want, I would go like this. Then I choose old age. Do to me what you must.
You said I could choose.
I choose old age in a whorehouse. A house of the... Like on Taboo last night, where all those people were laying around with their asses out. Did everybody watch Taboo?
I've not watched it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've not watched it.
Who are you hearing stuff from? You don't even... your dates don't even show up to see you.
It's my time. The press. Heard a lot of good things through the press. Is it on Netflix?
All right, people are bringing up a diner at 48th and 8th to us. 4 stars on Yelp, 351 reviews. That's really good. Here's the problem. It's a little, you know what I mean? We're walking a little bit now.
Yeah, avenue blocks.
I mean, we're at 6, right? So that's 2 long avenues. I mean, if I do anything at all, I'm going to walk down through Electric Avenue because that'll take me higher, 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 higher. That's what I would have done if I was that band. What was his name? I don't want to say Eddie Izzard, but it couldn't have been
No, it's not.
Eddie something. Eddie Redmayne. So when Eddie Redmayne put out Electric Avenue, the place, America went crazy for that song.
Oh, yeah.
Because it took us higher, higher, higher.
Higher, higher.
Higher, higher.
Eddie Grant.
That's it. Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant did all those rom-coms for funerals and a wedding.
Love them.
4 funerals and a wedding. It was such a depressing.
It was a bad year.
It was a depressing movie. You know, I mean, every time he's like, "Oh, God, I can't believe it! Another funeral."
I mean, there was that one
Yeah.
wedding, which was nice, but all these funerals.
Well, the wedding was a girl that he loved to his worst enemy.
That's a terrible year.
What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's like I like to say sometimes, I'm leaving Las Vegas. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm leaving Las Vegas. What are you doing? Why is it so difficult for you to pull your sleeves?
They keep fucking falling down. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
but
Yeah, but
I've never seen anybody
you were very
wrestle it.
aggressive.
It's very tight. Very tight fucking cuff. Is this
All
a
right,
cuff?
why don't you cut off the sleeves like you do all your clothes?
It's a gun show, Ron.
We should break first, but they're saying that the Earth once had many moons that all got stuck together into one big shitty moon.
Man, I wish we could have had multiple moons.
How many moons would you want? Like, what would be
3.
3
I'd like 3 moons. Please.
moon pies? You're used to saying. Jen, how many moons would you want?
I'm okay with just one.
You're okay.
I'm
You're
fine.
fine. You sure?
I'm
You're
okay
full?
with-
Oh, please don't go without. Let me know if I can get another moon for you.
Vito.
2, 1 on each side.
Side. Wait, hold on.
Side
What
of what?
side?
Side of what? Space?
Yeah, like you look up, there's one on that side and one on that side.
There,
What do you mean
one,
side?
if it was on each side, one would be on the other side of the Earth. So we'd always have a moon out.
Yeah,
That'd suck.
just look up and you see a moon there, and then you see a moon there, and then
You're not going to see them.
Yeah, because okay, so the Earth is round, Vito, right? So if you have one on each side, you would only see one at once.
fine, 24/7 moon.
All right, here's the thing we're trying to explain to you, Vito. The ink is black and the page is white. And together we learn to read and write. How many moons do you want?
I want 4 of them clustered together.
So you want like 4 moons
Like not like
of equal size?
no, bigger and smaller. I like one too large, too small.
Yeah, but if they're close together, they're going to get stuck together now, and we have the problem we have now, one big moon. I'd like to have hundreds of moons. Just you look out there,
Whoa.
and it's just like just
moon-
little moons up, but they're so little. People would be like, "Oh man, the moons are out tonight, huh?
I don't.
Really nice. All the moons. Let's count the moons. You know what I mean? Like we'd be counting moons.
I don't think I would like that because that just sounds like an infestation of moons.
Yes,
Like
It's
just
be like-
I just would feel
like
like
if mosquitoes were
Yeah,
just
I don't
swarming
like
around.
that.
It's a swarm of moons, is what I'd want.
I do not like that.
And I'd want some of the moons to be really close, like only about 10, 15 feet off the ground. So you could actually throw stuff at a moon.
I still think that my triple goddess moon, that would be like the
Hey, but why do you
definitive.
call it a triple goddess?
Well, it's like a symbol in
I didn't know this.
Wicca and pagan religion. The triple goddess is like the full moon, and then on either side, crescent moons.
Be careful, because they burn people for saying shit like this. Like they literally take you and burn you for being a witch. That's what that Dylan Roof is. He's a witch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he is? I didn't
They
realize.
let him be his own lawyer, and he said like this: I felt like I had no choice but to go into church and shoot people, and I would do it again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Sir?
I hope you will find me innocent. I mean, seriously. I mean, I've seen bad lawyers before, but no one's worse than this fucking asshole. I thought it would be a good idea to start shooting people. And guess what? I lived out my dream. Now, I hope you people of the jury will allow me to go out there and do it again. Maybe this time in nursery school or an old folks' home. Please look into your hearts and set me, Dylan the Roof, free to continue my murderous rage. They're like, Judge, we don't even have to walk back there.
It's fine.
I don't even have to look at these people to say that we all know he's going to the death fucking chamber or whatever else you have. If you like, we the jury could get up, start choking that fucker till he's dead right now. I don't give a shit. We'll kick him until he stops breathing. But can you imagine the dumb thing that he said to
I
them?
know. One of the things he said is, yeah, I don't really think it's fair that you guys make me listen to the victims' families.
Some of that stuff makes me feel bad when I hear about them crying.
Like, it's just not fair.
I start to get empathy, and I can't do that in my game of being a kill crazy fuck. And you know,
I didn't get the nickname The Roof for nothing. All right.
You ever notice like he doesn't even look like he's mad or anything? He's like just a dumb kid.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, I'll handle this myself. I'm better than any lawyer." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I implore you to set me free. So once again, I can go back into another church or synagogue, if that helps, and start shooting innocent people. I don't know whether any of you guys see Barack Obama's farewell speech last night?
I didn't see it.
I couldn't. I had to go tell a fucking story for Dan. But yesterday they put out that he was in a wedding. Somebody from the White House got married, and the president was in a wedding as a groomsman. And I'm like, okay, best man, maybe the president should be, but you don't want to see the fucking president help him to pull that white train down so that everybody can walk down it, and he's like standing up front. Bride or groom? Bride side is over here. Yeah. No. Look, you can go either way. I mean, I know you're friends with both of them, but pick who you like better, the bride or the groom. And then you'll sit with that family. I mean, it's the worst fucking job. Ever been a groomsman?
No, I've not.
Oh,
no.
Of course not. You have no friends.
I am in Mark Zito's wedding party, though.
Do you know what you'll be doing?
No, not yet. No.
Do you know what position? Like how many guys down?
Or usher.
Usher?
Yes, you're not going to be the best man.
Oh, no, not the best man.
So
no.
it's going to be your job to seat people.
Oh, come on.
And then this is going to be tough for you. You're going to have to drive one of the cars.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is not good for them.
First of all, I don't know who I feel worse for, you or Zito. A, you have to be in the wedding, but B, Zito doesn't have enough friends. He has a fucking lump of shit like you in his wedding.
I was fucking shocked when that shit went down.
I feel mostly bad for the bridesmaid who has to be paired up with you. When you walk
why is that bad?
Hopefully she'll be a Jew. His newest fucking obsession.
So, you want J-Swipe, lady, or what?
Is that what it's called? J-Swipe?
J-Swipe.
All right, Queen Elizabeth has a thing of veto, and it just says, "Don't worry, Ron, I got this." And it shows a sloth just sitting in a chair. That's veto getting work done.
It's not right.
Hicks will starve if he doesn't have someone make buttered toast for him.
Love some good buttered toast. Lightly
No one-
toast.
I love me some buttered toast. You fucking internet weirdo. When's Zito's wedding? Is it going to be in Rhode Island?
No, it's a destination wedding.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's
You don't even
asking
know where?
a lot.
I think it's an island. I don't know which one.
And you're doing this,
Yeah, because I'm in the party.
and this is because you've been asked.
Yes.
You're going to do it. Like this is the first time someone thought enough of him to ask.
It really is the first time anyone's ever given enough of a fuck.
Now you're going to have to take a fucking flight. You don't swim.
Nope.
You got fucking skin that's so white.
Oh my
It's like
God.
the bottom of a blowfish's belly.
If I go out into the sun, you see my chest just fucking burst red.
Dude, when you get married in the islands, you get married on the beach. You are going to be standing in the sun.
This is bad for me. I didn't even think of the skin part.
And then you're going to come back with all the Zika.
Zito.
Oh, that's who.
I mean, Zika's not bad for a dude, right? I mean, it doesn't really affect me. I
I
don't plan on
think if
having
you
children.
get someone pregnant, like you can
That's not
carry
gonna happen.
Zika and then impregnate. Well, you're raw dogging it with all these tender girls.
My semen doesn't work.
He thinks he shoots blanks.
Hey, Craig. Craig. What's up?
Hey, Benningtons.
Hey, what's up?
Listen, last night at the Obama speech, the little daughter, Sasha, wasn't there.
Yeah,
Now-
she had to school an exam. She goes to an elite school, and she had an exam at 10 a.m. today.
Come on. You buy that?
Yes.
Oh. You want to hear something funny?
What? Wait, what would I think had happened?
She could have been a crying maniac. The other daughter was crying.
Yeah, but why? What do you mean? Why wouldn't I believe that a kid has school?
It just seems stupid. Yeah, I mean, come on. It was an hour speech.
Yes, but it was
she
in
could have gone
Chicago.
there and then back and stayed up an hour later.
It was in Chicago. She would have had to flown to Chicago, back to Washington, and they take this kid's school so serious that they're not leaving Washington.
Yeah,
they're staying until the kid graduates.
And also, just if Trump needs anything, he'll be nearby.
Here's the thing: if she doesn't take the test with the class, she's got nobody she can copy off of. You don't want to take a test by yourself.
No,
I've
that's
done
worse.
it before. I've never felt dumber.
And you're like, ugh. Like you still are looking next to you.
Josh said, I'm impressed Chris beat out both Cavino and Rich for the groomsman role. Cavino and Rich are too smart to fucking fly to an island.
I could have destination. Holy shit! I thought when I got invited to go to a wedding in Rochester, I thought that was a fucking destination wedding.
It is for you.
Yeah, it's like fucking 6 hours.
Okay. This is small talk. I get it. We're going with dumb small talk. But I'm saying this. You've committed to this.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do with your person that you're taking down the aisle, you're going to have to dance.
Oh.
And they do, in the islands, you do that pool party the night before. So you're going to have to learn to swim so you can swim across the pool with her.
This is bad for me.
We need to get you in swim
How long
lessons.
do you got before?
Like 4 months, I think.
Okay, we can get you swim lessons right now. I'll get you scuba. I'll get you fucking certified scuba.
That's fucking pretty impressive. If I
Yeah.
go down, hey, lady, scuba.
Why would you say, hey, lady?
He says, hey, lady,
Just
a lot.
fucking be nice.
I feel like that's endearing. Like it's like like funny. Like hey, lady. Like obviously I don't fucking disrespect them, but I'm saying something weird.
Yeah, don't do any of that.
I'm
Just
gonna
be a
strike-
person.
Be normal.
I'm gonna strike that.
Yeah, we definitely have to get you. Well, first we're gonna get you some swimmies, just so you're comfortable.
I like deep end of the pool with him. Make him fucking swim for his life. Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Do you remember years ago when Zito was an intern and he was crying over his ex-girlfriend getting married and he was debating on going to that? Just want to know if he's going to invite that girl to his wedding.
That's a really good idea. See, his ex that he was in love with got married in San Francisco, and Zito flew out there to be at the wedding, which her husband didn't like very
Right.
much. Like, this is supposed to be my special day. I don't want to be here with somebody who's once had his penis in the mouth of my wife.
Not interested.
The mouth of my wife.
If anyone here has had their penis in the mouth of this woman, please stand now or forever hold your dick. Just that one kid from Rhode Island? Who else is in the wedding? The sax player from the band?
He's not in the wedding. Ryan Sampson from the Morning Mashup will be like the priest. Not a priest, but he'll be marrying them.
It's not.
Why doesn't he just do it on the morning mashup and stop everybody from flying? Here's the thing.
That'd be
You want to
brilliant.
go to the islands? Go after the wedding. You know what I mean? That way everybody doesn't have to. But now you're stuck on a honeymoon with those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're all spending a couple days. Well, I will tell you this, Chris. You will not get one single minute off work. If you do, you're fired.
Oh, shit.
You can fly in the morning of the wedding and come back that afternoon.
I got to see if those flights are available. Well, I'll save on a hotel room.
Yeah, destination wedding is rough. Like, I haven't had to do that, but this year I have to do a destination bachelorette. And I think that is
Where's that?
brutal. Miami.
Why?
Oh.
Do you know the
I
number
don't-
of clubs you have in the city?
I know. Believe me.
Fucking Gino's bachelor parties this week. He's like, come to Denver. And I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Dude, you got to be at the bachelor party if you're in the wedding.
I can't. I
You
can't.
have
It's
to.
$600 for a flight. I ain't getting to fucking Denver.
That's when you say yes, you're going to be spending money. You got the destination wedding.
Yeah.
And then you've got to get at least a $2,000 gift for that couple.
What the fuck?
Yeah, when
You're
you're
in the fucking
when
wedding,
you're
dude.
a groomsman, you have to give way more than you normally
You're
would.
biffles.
Oh,
Remember that picture of you and Zito that went out?
I remember that.
What's that, biffles?
See if I can just find that.
Who did all those things? Oh, intern Matt did those, right?
Yeah.
That was Chris and Zito. Biffles.
It really looks like you guys.
Oh, 2 $2,000. I don't got that, man. I gotta get out of this wedding.
Man, you gotta fucking stick up a store or something. You know what I mean? Thank you, man.
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 And then there was a Biffles No More that happened. That was sad.
So you guys had a breakup?
Yeah, it was steamy. There was all kinds of things that happened. There was all kinds of different fun
Someone
pictures.
just made other fucking Biffles pictures. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's when you guys were fucking around. That's you guys
sexual.
at the wedding. Hey, Jason, North Carolina.
What's going on? How Six thinks he's going to make it to this destination wedding when he's on the no-fly list?
He's gonna have to go by banana boat. Hey, we're gonna take a break, but I wanted to ask about this. All right, if you take something like Poland Springs or one of those big things that say that they come from a glacier, one of those water things, right?
Yeah.
How do they fucking travel the water? How do they make this fucking water go from that place to your store? How does it get from a glacier to the store? I'd like to think that there was a big oil tank full of water just driving. But the money would not fucking work out for that. So they must run a pipeline, right? All the way down so that they can bottle it. And if you're going to do that, why don't they just fucking do it straight to our house like cable? Why can't you just fucking turn your fucking
And
faucet
get premium water.
Yeah. The same way I get all the pay stations, I could get to pay water.
And then you could really look down on people. Like, they don't even have pay
I look
water
down on
here.
people anyway. Mainly based on their shoes. By the way, we were listening to Voss going on and on about his shoes yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was a 14-year-old black kid.
Yeah, he was really into that conversation.
And who was Monroe Martin was going, do you got the black and whites with this?
And he's like, no.
I wish I did.
He said, this is so cute. He was like a little kid. He's like, nah, I wish I did.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
All right, so there's the two things I want to establish. Cable water.
So
you're able to get good water brought directly to you. And find out if there's ever been an oil tanker full of water fucking driving around, because that would be hilarious. Because here's the thing. It seems like if you're in a tanker and there's water in the tank, you're sinking. Like you look down there and you're just like, there's nothing but water there. We're fucking sinking. Well, you're supposed to keep the water out of the boat. Am I right? That's the fucking primary thing in the Navy.
Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. No water in the boat. Break. Back. Bennington. It's the Bennington Show. Ron Bennington, Gail Bennington. It's something we wanted to plug, right? We kept being reminded of it today.
Yes, we have. We're going to do street jokes this Friday. Street jokes.
That is, as long as Bert Kreischer doesn't come in and turn our world upside down. That's why we didn't. So any joke, we'll give away big prizes. The beginning of the show on Friday, street jokes. You got all the production for that together, Chris?
It's being built, but it will be done by Friday.
It was supposed to be done by last Friday.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
What happened?
I didn't finish it.
So we couldn't have done it last Friday then, you're saying? Even if Bert didn't come by?
Because the production wasn't done, exactly.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, I finally got this video going.
Mm-hmm.
This is Scott G's kids.
You Jorge. The only thing that's YouTube to guys is the thing.
Let's Dan.
Solid Dan.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mom. All right, Bennington Show on a Wednesday. Are we a Wednesday? Yeah. Adrian Iapolucci stopping in just a little bit. Bringing a nice ray of sunshine to the world.
All right, so this is what I was thinking this morning. If you are given $5 million, $5 million is on the table.
I'll say yes. I will take
no
it.
matter what it is.
Yeah.
Eat poop.
Yes. For $5 million?
No.
Give me
this
a spoon.
is $5 million if you will go back in time and do middle school through high school.
Does it happen the same way?
You are in control of your body, but you have to relive it from the beginning, from middle school through high school. So you can make your own choices. You can be an adult in your mind, but you're in a kid's body and you're forced to do middle school through high school.
That's 6 years?
That's 6 years. You get $5 million at the end of the 6 years.
First of all, I've never heard of anybody in a time travel thing who also gets paid $5 million. But would I come back right now to the present?
You will come back right now to the present.
So I'm not losing those years.
You're not losing the years.
Now, would life have changed? Would the butterfly effect have taken place?
Butterfly effect is off the table. You cannot affect the future.
So I could go back and kill people and be fine. I'm doing this no matter what. Save your fucking money. Save your money. Dude, just for the fact to hang out with Bobby Hanghold again and watch and fuck around in school?
Yeah, but to go back to middle school?
Yeah.
Middle school's the worst.
For who? The nerds, maybe. What about the fucking cool kids? What about the cool kids? Now, just imagine, right, the things that you could pull off because you know what are going to happen, right? So you could go back and say, for you, you could be like, hey, Green Day, I know you don't think that you're that good of a band, but I'm willing to manage you and take you to successful places.
Yeah, I'm in 7th grade, but so what?
There's geniuses in 7th grade. People are going to believe them once they start saying another. I would go so far to say not a single person would say no to this.
Oh my God, I would not do it.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
You would do it in a heartbeat?
Hell yeah.
Really? Just think about, like, you're not in control. You go back to the thing where
I'm in control again. Like I was then.
Yeah, my parents didn't tell me to do shit. I'd still do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Oh, you're real cool.
Well, no, they were just bad parents.
Stop it, Fonzie. Just calm down. This was supposed to be a fun conversation, not screaming about how much you hate your parents.
He said, I'm just as cool as Ron.
Dude, you know who's back there? Karine Lazarski. This is going to be a great fucking trip.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. You're not allowed to have sex with any kids. The eccentric billionaire who is doing this project, who's going to give you the $5 million, he doesn't want you having sex with kids because you still have the brain of an adult.
But what about all the fucking high school sex I had then?
No,
they should at least
you can't
be able to
have
repeat.
it. You cannot because you're an adult.
Forget this fucking thing. Based on that alone, you're asking too much.
You cannot have sex with children.
You're not having sex with children. You're a child.
Yeah, but because you have the brain, you have the brain of an adult. This is a rule that he made. This eccentric billionaire.
I think you got to either take off you can murder, right? But you can't have sex with the same girl that you had sex with. This is the fucking talk of a mad person.
He's crazy.
Oh yeah, he is crazy. All right, it's crazy when I go back there and I kill him. I imagine he's going to be a child too.
Then you're going to be stuck.
I don't care. I would be stuck in my own life. It's not going to be that difficult to deal with.
Then I guess then you could make good money. Like when you could bet on stuff, it was going to hit.
Invest in Google.
I think it's very easy. I think everybody does it. I don't think there's a human being that wouldn't do this. Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I'm with you. I'm 100% in. I mean, the way Gail explained it is you could just do this and then just go back to your life with no effect. You get $5 million, and like you said, so much more than you did in middle school and high school. You could just basically rig the system. I mean,
it's cheating. It's cheating life.
All right, would it change for you if you knew you could affect the future?
No, because I don't think I would. See, the only thing that would be impossible to do would be to time your children again. You know what I mean? Because that has to happen at the exact same moment with the right sperm to hit that egg. That is the thing. If you have children, you're risking that they're never born.
Yeah, that is true. There's no way to recreate that moment. You would have to know, down to the minute.
No, forget minute. It would probably be the fucking second, right? Because of that fucking sperm. And then what's the shot that sperm is going to be the one that wins the race? So the great thing is I'd be getting rid of my kids. But no, you wouldn't even know whether your chick would fall in love with you again or whatever, because all that stuff is circumstantial. So the only thing that would work is that professionally this would be great for you. I mean, most of the time, just think of the things that you would do. You would do the things that you were afraid to do then. You would speak out where you kept your mouth shut. You would take chances, right? That's always the great difference, because you would just be able to say, I don't care about failure, because you'd be playing outside of the rules. You know, it's almost like you're LARPing. And LARPing, no one's ever say, I'm afraid to be in that sword fight. They just go and do it. Andrew in New Jersey.
Hey guys, I think Gail changed the rules on this thing like halfway through because everybody was going to go for it. She had to throw in that sex thing.
Yeah, she found out that we were so happy to do it that she had to throw in the no sex.
No, I had already decided that was good because I knew everybody was going to be excited to have sex with like 16-year-olds.
First of all, that's disgusting. What, you're not having sex with 16-year-olds, you're reliving your life.
Yeah, but you have your adult brain. You have your adult mind.
My adult brain is not that much further ahead than my 16-year-old brain. They're very fucking close. That's the weird thing. As a matter of fact, here's the thing that I think changes. You would find more girls attractive once you went back. Because I remember being younger and like having uncles go, why don't you go for her? She's really cute. And you're like, what? The fuck is wrong with these guys, right? But as you get older, all the young people look cute.
Yeah,
you know
all
what I mean?
kids are cute.
But you don't know that when you're a kid.
Why don't you know that?
I don't know.
Like, you don't see cuteness the same way.
No, you have a whole different palette where you're like, this one's cute, but that one is just hideous. You know what I mean? But an adult would go, oh, they're both cute. Here is Eric. Eric, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
So I am absolutely, I mean, word for word, I am right there with Ron. And even more so, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm 48. Believe me, my brain's not too far from where it was at 16, 17, 18 years old. And as far as the cute girls, yeah, definitely. Hell, I'd be having even more sex. I was recently looking at my high school yearbook, and a couple of the girls in there, I'm going, wait a minute, why the fuck? And truthfully, I was a nerd in junior high and high school.
I'm sure.
So, I mean, I'm looking at this going, I'd be more after, and since I'm going back there with my adult brain, there's a chick that I'm friends with now that admitted to me about 5 years ago she had a crush on me in high school. Knowing that, going back in time, I'd be tapping that in a heartbeat.
He's only gone back for sex reasons and nothing else.
It's a sex vacation for this.
So if you take sex vacation off the table, would you do it?
Yeah, but that means that you never, and as you graduate, you have to leave this premise. You don't get to build upon it. What if you just went back and reboot it, and your life can start that way
from the beginning?
It's not the beginning. If it's high school, from high school on, you just get a chance to redo it. I think everybody would take that. Now, if you have kids, you're basically murdering those children.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be
I'm
born.
dead.
But the fact is, you are not going to be dead because you're alive here. There would be a separate reality. We've learned that from Back to the Future.
Right.
And you would be living in that separate reality.
In Earth 2, I don't exist, but in current Earth, or maybe this is Earth 2.
Well, most, if you're going to believe in the multiverse, we don't exist in most of them. So whatever, as long as you exist in this place, this is life. This is reality. The other fucking thing is never going to be reality to you. It would only be reality to me, the time traveler. And then I guess in this one I go, no, I've decided not to. I would just not exist here then if I went back.
Yeah, you would just pop out of existence, but then pop back, right?
No, because I would be in a different reality.
Oh, right.
There would be a break at that time that you sent us to. I mean, my biggest problem is middle school, not high school.
Yeah, middle
Only
school.
because it's going to take time.
Yeah, middle school is really the issue. Like, that was the worst time.
No, it doesn't even matter about being a worse time. It's just there's less things that you can do to change your life around.
Yeah, that's the exact premise I'm going for. It's like you're going back to a time where you don't have control of your own life, and it's like it's a very stuck time, I feel. And you don't even have the benefit of when you're in elementary school. Like there's things about that would be fun to relive, to have that experience.
And you don't think anything in middle school is worth reliving?
No, it's like a horrible like go between time.
I mean, I think it'd just be one of those things too, where you're just like, now what am I supposed to do? Watch TV? Fuck, you know what I mean?
Right.
Is anything on demand?
No.
There's no demand.
Don't.
I demand to get some.
Guess I'll go on the internet.
But you could just go back there and be a modern day Nostradamus. Like I really see that the Yankees are going to regain themselves with this Jeter.
Once they get rid of Mattingly, that's when things are going to come around.
Donnie Baseball or Donnie Jinx Ball?
Oh, he's a jinx master. That man is a literal jinx. He's the proof of a jinx.
I was reading that Barry Bonds is getting closer and closer to getting more votes every year. He'd never get mine.
He's going to get in, though.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. Not as long as there's sports writers doing it. As long as there's sports writers, he doesn't get in. Hey, Alan. Alan, what's up?
Yeah, I was just listening to your show there. Love it. I was thinking I'd love to go back junior high and high school and fix all my screw-ups. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes back then, and not just being chicken shit with girls. But, I mean, if it didn't affect the future, I'd still like to be able to fix all those mistakes I made.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of screw-ups you had in middle school that is still bothering you like that, you know?
Start a fire?
What did you do?
Fez wrote to me, is Vito aware that he ran 2 spots at the same time?
That wasn't me doing that. That just was an issue with Profit.
Was it with B-Knock then? Was that the problem?
Yeah, it was a spot log issue, but it's fine.
It's not fine if you ran 2 at the same time.
It's all handled now.
It isn't handled if it happened.
Yeah, but it wasn't like there was an issue with Profit.
Did you call B-Knock and let them know that happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you able to stop one of the spots while you sat here?
It was about 15 seconds, and then it regained itself.
Hey Jay, what's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
I just kind of walked in on this, but I don't know if you talked about it yet. But I feel like anybody would do this definitely, because you would be famous instantly. You would know every hit song that's going to be on the radio for the next 20, 30 years. You'd know who's winning the World Series. You could just be set up for your life when you're out of high school.
You would know what real estate was going to be the real estate to buy. You would know what stocks would be the stocks to buy. You would know when to buy and then sell America Online. You would know pets.com would be a good thing for you to get.
It's about 2000.
No, you would be able to buy that thing and then sell it to other people. I bought something called Coca-Cola.com. I also got Coca-Cola.net. I mean, you would be cheating at life. You would cheat at life. And then, like I said, yes, you could easily buy a fucking, movie studio that's done that. You'd be like, yes, James Cameron, we would like to make the Titanic.
But
Come on in.
But the only thing is, in this premise, you're reliving a section of your life, and then you leave that section behind. So, like,
no, we said that we were going on. Forward.
Okay.
If we go on forward, yes. But even then, during that time, I mean, according to your way to do it, there's no way to change life. There's only a way to go back and enjoy. Your way of saying it is, you go back, you have this fun experience, then you come back here with $5 million and you're set for life. You can retire if you want to. You've given the biggest win-win premise in the history of what would you do.
I thought it was terrible.
Maybe girls wouldn't go back as quickly as guys.
Because we don't want to get that high school dick.
You can't, though.
Well, that only got added as we got along. John, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. Guys who knows. This reminds me of Back to the Future.
I never saw it. Is it good?
Awesome.
I had this conversation
if-
with somebody. Let's suppose at the beginning of Back to the Future, right? Did Doc get killed by those guys, or was he always wearing the vest?
Oh, good point. I thought he was killed.
I think he's killed. I don't think he was always wearing the vest because he has to get the note right first to tell
Yeah,
him
but if he went back in time and had the vest, then he always had the vest.
So the loop would always be in, right?
Okay.
In the same idea that
So
he could make, his life, his family disappear, then it would already be set in place. He always had the vest on
So
because he went back in time and put the vest on.
And he got because he got the note saying that they opened the note or whatever that Marty had sent him, right? That was
yes.
It's kind of fucking shitty that made Marty think he was dead the entire time. I mean, he could have fucking traveled back in time to fucking tell him, hey, it's okay.
What? He's going to travel back in time to stop the back in time?
No, to let Marty know, hey, I'm not dead.
So it's just gonna be, he's gonna pop in and he's like, hey, I don't want you to get worried. I will be wearing the vest.
Then maybe Marty wouldn't go and make the fucking vest happen.
Oh, shit. Fucking time travel, man.
Hey, I don't want to alarm you. Just want to let you know I'm wearing the vest. All right, I gotta go. Bye.
See
ya. Here is Brendan. Brendan, what's up?
Hey, so I wanted to throw a little wrench in the system. So
good.
If it's really worth the $5 million and we were going to be going back in time, would it still be worth the $5 million if you just had to start over without knowing everything that you know in previous day? Like literally just go over and start when you're what, 10, 11, 12 years old?
Well, then if you look,
high school?
If you don't come back with this knowledge, you just relive the life that you've had. There's no reason to think that you wouldn't have made all the same choices.
Right. So that would just be you popping into your existence as though you were in a dream and all of a sudden now you're not.
Right.
And you
so
wouldn't,
when it comes down to that, individually, that's where the $5 million would come in. Would you relive those glory days or those horrible days for that $5 million?
And would you lose in this scenario? Would you lose time off of your current life? Like, did you just lose 6 years?
You can't be changing this as we're going
He's
along.
changing. I'm going with his scenario.
His scenario would be this. Now you're unstuck in time, right?
Yeah.
So now you're just basically living the Vonnegut, which I would make the case that we do anyway through our own memories. You know what I mean? But you would bring no knowledge back now. You know what I mean? You wouldn't learn anything from this, and you wouldn't do anything different. You would just be following along in that. And that is no scarier than having memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's no scarier at all than these things happen. So, I mean, there's a part of me, and I'm sure it's different than for you guys, but there's people that I love that aren't here anymore. You know what I mean? And I would see them again, and I would experience those things again. So obviously that would be something to draw you to. But I've done all that stuff. You know what I mean? So what am I really doing by doing that?
Right. That's just going back into a memory.
Right. Here is Charles.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
It sounds like the conversation kind of moved on. I just wanted to jump in on the geek talk on Back to the Future.
Okay, go.
Ron, you already pointed out that in Back to the Future, the timeline splits. So Doc wouldn't have had the vest on at the beginning of the movie because that's the other timeline where Marty didn't change things.
All right, so Doc is dead in the reality timeline, right?
Well, I mean, in the first one, but they're just as real.
No, but hold on. Let's think about this. So, if your way of saying, all right, Doc is dead and Marty left, right?
In the past.
Right.
It meant that Marty never came back then because Marty went to the other timeline.
He just disappeared in that original timeline.
Well, he crashed through time. So, to his family, he's dead, and so's the girlfriend. So, there was 3 deaths that took place.
Oh, yeah.
In that timeline.
That's grim. Yeah.
No one brings that up. I wish we only followed that timeline. And you didn't have to see the other stupid movie, but you'd see the movie where a doctor is killed by terrorists, and then 2 high school children explode in a car accident. That's the timeline I'm interested in. So why are we
It
even
sounds
sitting
interesting.
around cheering for the other timeline? You know what I mean? Since we live in the original timeline.
So we're not even going to experience that.
Well,
Like we will.
we experienced 3 fucking people being killed.
Yeah, one of whom invented fucking time travel, and now
Nobody knows it.
That's
Nobody
fucked up.
knows it.
That's really sad. That's a sad movie.
It's probably one of the saddest movies ever. Chris, Della who, Della what, Delaware.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Love the show. Listen, about the going back in time, knowing what you know now, how aggressively do you think you'd be, in speaking to your parents and your teachers and whatnot? Would you be more apt to say, all right, well, you guys are full of shit because none of this matters?
Unfortunately, it would be the same amount as I did the first time. You're basically explaining my childhood.
Think about how many times in middle school a teacher would be saying something that as an adult you would just go, that's not fucking true at all.
I'm gonna fucking flip the script. I have a feeling that I would pay more attention in school now than I did the first time. I think I would be much more interested. I'm like, oh my God, this gives me the opportunity to learn a language. I could see if I can figure out geometry, and I could do this at my own pace. I might be home at night fucking working on that instead of running around fucking partying and acting like an asshole. You might be looking at a fucking perfect student.
Oh shit.
For all I know, I could be sitting right there, right now, just attacking people that are trying to get into the government. I would be all over Sessions today. But I mean, if you really, thought about it, just like you could go and be, like we do GPS, you could be part of so many scenes,
Yeah, you know exactly where to be.
Here is Michael. Michael, what's up?
Hey, this is like my favorite topic. Y'all need to just do like a whole week on this topic.
We did.
Well, then we should go back in time and relive it. So I have a few things. One, I'm kind of worried. I've thought about what if I go back and I just kind of get settled back into the old reality of my junior high self, wearing the same clothes, homework, and all the crap. And within 6 months, I don't really remember, the wife and the kids that I'll later have, the places I'll go. Like, what if I just kind of, get back into that rut? And then also, how am I going to deal with not being able to drink alcohol and, like, do all the crap
In
that I
my neighborhood, I'd be at a keg party most fucking nights. So I wouldn't be missing out on a lot. I'd be able to say, hey, is there a way to be a social drinker? So it's a weird premise to set up. And yet, here's the thing. There's nothing weirder than the fact that there's a future. You know what I mean? That the fact that there's an infinite amount of possibilities ahead of today is not weirder than you could travel in the other way. You know what I mean? Like traveling in the future is no weirder to me than traveling in the past.
Yeah, and the way we look at time is very strange because now I'm trying to remember who said this. I think it was in an Unmasked. It might have been Penn Jillette who had said, I don't fear death because talking about the past doesn't scare me. Talking about a time before I was born doesn't scare me.
Yeah, but that's that premise was you're not terrified of the fact that you weren't born. Like everyone gets fucking scared that they're not going to exist after death, but people aren't scared that they're not going to, that they didn't exist before their birth. Like you're not scared if you think I wasn't around in the 1400s. How could that be? I'm this eternal soul. But you don't worry about eternity in the past. But if you start, our fucking just perception of time, we're just way too close to it. We don't even know what shape it is, right? And I've always felt like, well, I'll just play it with this. Vito, go in the other room so you can't hear us. Just walk out for a second. And I'll just say, Chris, stand up.
Okay.
All right. Point to the direction of the past Where's the past?
That's that way.
Behind, and where's the future?
That way.
Okay. Now, Gail, where, and you can come back. For you, where is it? Where's the past?
I would say the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising to me. So your guys are always marching towards the future.
Yeah.
Vito. Did he not come back in? Is he too dumb? Was he locked out of the room?
Grab him. All right, Vito's back in.
Vito. What direction is the past and what direction is the future? If you were to point, which direction is it?
Past would be that way, and the future would be that way.
And that's the way, you're just on a straight line.
Yeah, future's that way.
See, to me, it's always to the left. The past is to the left, the future's to the right.
Like on a timeline like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a timeline. But my timeline is actually curved like that. So it's more of a spiral. So the past, you're kind of sliding up that timeline and up this way. You see it's more like a game board where it's behind you and in front of you.
Yeah.
Wait, so is time, do you see it spiraling down or coning
That's
up?
a great thing. I think it's going up.
Coning up.
Yeah. But not necessarily. I think it could also run different ways, and it could also run right and left. I think it just kind of moves around that way. I think it's almost, I don't see it as stagnant as the non-creative behind and in front.
Well, I think of it like the way Vonnegut explained it, where like your forward self, it's almost like you're this weird centipede of yourself, and your younger self trails behind you. And your older self, like you're one being of time.
This is that's the way that the aliens would see us.
Yes.
Now that the great thing about that premise is it's just another way of seeing reality. But if that was the way, would every object also look that way? Would you see that in every dog, in every automobile? Would you see the automobile
in its
go back
life
to the
form.
assembly line and into a rusty thing? So when you start to play around with time, it isn't. Look, I've known before, particularly in the summer. If I wake up in the summer and I hear birds, right, and my eyes are still closed, I feel like I am so close to opening up my eyes in my own old room, right? Like I could feel exactly like that person. And I'm like, I'm almost there. It has something to do with sleeping in, which was always a summer thing to do. You know, when I'm being woke up in the morning, it never gets to me at all. But I can feel that thing of knowing, feeling exactly the way I did when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. And I feel like if I just open up my eyes, I'll be in my old room. It's a fun experiment to play. It's a fun experiment to play to see, like, when you have a memory, can you see it actually taking place? And then can you step into that like an actor? You know what I mean? Can you step into that role instead of seeing it further away?
Yeah, and it is weird when you think about the form of yourself, your like your body is different. You're the same person. Like I have a very similar kind of experience where like for some reason, if I'm taking a bath and I'm in a bathtub, like immediately my brain goes back to the feeling of when I was a kid and I was small enough that I could push back and forth from my hands to my feet. You know what I mean? So you could kind of like be back and forth, pushing back and forth off the sides of the bathtub. Because you're that little.
Right.
And then you sit and then you're in a bathtub as an adult and you're like, how am I the same human being?
I know.
And at one point, and I also think it's like maybe even a little stranger for women because women's bodies go through such a dramatic change. Like at one time I had this little boy chest and little boy hips, but I was, you know what I mean? It's very weird. Like my proportions are entirely different.
I have this thing. You know how tiny my mom is, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's so small.
So little.
And I remember walking with her with my hand up in the air like I was holding onto a balloon and actually being pulled by. So I'm like, how could I have been so little that this tiny little woman towered over me? Like literally towered over me. I'm like, what was I? I'm that same person?
Yeah. And
can that be?
And if you think about that, that is like a death in itself. Like a parent has to watch their child change out of the person that they know into a different person.
That is the thing.
Like, to watch a child grow is just like mourn the death of
Absolutely.
each stage of that kid's life. So then when you sit there and you fear death, it's like you've kind of already been through it in different form.
There is a thing. It's like, as much as I like hanging out with you, it doesn't mean that I don't miss that hilarious little kid that used to be with me all the time, like 24 hours a day, hanging out, asking questions, being funny. And like when people go, oh, my parents don't want me to let me grow up. Yes, of course not. You know what I mean? Because they're losing.
They're like,
someone.
I like this little dude.
Yeah.
This is my buddy.
You'll have so much fun. I mean, look at the way that it was Seffi. You know, I love Seffi now, but that other Seffi I miss. You know what I mean? And she is gone. She's gone. But she was so fucking funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and in my mind, sometimes I can just imagine that kid is still around. Like that version of her.
Because it doesn't seem that long ago.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't seem that long ago. I mean, you know, that all that would happen. So, yeah, that's a weird thing about time. All right, Haas wrote this. And by the way, I saw Haas last night and didn't get a chance to bring it up, but looks like he's lost some weight.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Looks good. He said he disagreed with Chris or me, I forget who said it, that this was another timeline. He said things changed, like how the Twin Pines Mall became the Lone Pine Mall. Changes were made, much like the McFly upgrades. I'm going to disagree with that. The Lone Pine Mall always existed in another universe. It's Marty that went to the other universe.
It's the universe he arrived in.
No.
From the initial time travel.
No, because he arrived in his own universe, right? Or in his actual parents' universe.
Yeah.
And then he made the changes, which created a break. He did not arrive in an alternate timeline. He created an alternate timeline. So the Two Pines Mall and the Lone Pine Mall each existed at the beginning of that on different timelines.
Yeah, so that it was a split. And so then at that point, you're like, why, if those things exist, like, have you really done anything at all?
Exactly. And that's the same way of thinking. Does it make... All right, if there's an infinite amount of universes, right? And one of them, Chris Stanley, killed everybody in that church and then acted as his own lawyer. In another universe, he just won the Golden Globe for La La Land, right? So what's the difference? If all these things exist, right? What's the difference of what you do in this universe? And imagine the infinite amount of universes that 99.9% of them you wouldn't even exist in. Some of them are just filled with fucking dinosaurs. That's one thing we learned from Sliders. You keep sliding around, you'll see some shitty fucking stuff.
Yeah,
Ice Planet? That's awful.
And then, or like just something where it's just like, yeah, everything seems the same. Oh, wait, no, there's no penicillin.
Right.
Why is there no polio?
Now, in that penicillin one, I would have died. I needed penicillin when I was a little kid. So in that one, I'm already dead.
That world stinks.
From scarlet fever.
So Marty's not saving anything other than his own timeline. Like, he's not really affecting anything else. It's like, it's just his own timeline.
So
one of the timelines, he's dead. He just killed himself because he's not coming back in.
So, like, Biff World still exists for other people.
Yes.
That ruins that whole movie.
Yes, that movie is a piece of shit. And everyone who loves it, they're fucking shit eaters. We're going to break here, right?
Yes, we are.
In this timeline, Adrienne Iapolucci is stopping in. She does the mashup show with Louis J. Gomez at the Stand, and they have a baby together. So we will come back. It's Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Adrian Iapolucci's in studio. She hosts the Mashup Show with Louis J. Gomez at The Stand in New York City.
Not only that, she has a child with Louis.
Oh, wow. And she has a child with Louis J. Gomez.
I just don't admit it.
Yeah.
And Adrian's podcast, Vag, which is co-hosted with Sarah Tolmash, is available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And they're currently doing a GoFundMe for $1 million.
Good.
We are $1 million.
And how close have you got to your goals?
I mean, today is the first day we did it. So
Good.
we will get a sex change for $1 million each.
I'd like to see you with a sex change.
As a man, maybe I'd go further in this business. So who knows?
You would go further.
I agree.
You would go further. Matter of fact, first of all, Adrian is incredibly funny and an unbelievable writer. But it takes me 5-10 minutes to even pay attention to her because she's a woman. And I'm like, what is this woman talking about?
Oh, no, a woman.
Yes.
A woman talking.
Is that how long you think it takes for an average audience member to listen to a woman?
I think it takes a little time.
Right.
Not just for men.
For women,
also
too.
for women,
Oh, yeah, I
too.
think women don't want to even see women.
I don't think...
on stage.
I don't think women are very... I think that if someone is going to heckle a woman, it's more likely to be another woman.
You think
at first,
so?
Yeah.
I found women and men.
Mhm.
Because men know that they can't actually fight you.
Right.
So if they've... Even though I've threatened to fight someone.
Have you?
I have.
Have you ever, even when you were a girl, did you ever...
Even
beat
when
up
I was a girl? Oh, you mean like a kid?
young girl, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you would fight
I haven't-
boys?
No.
In my neighborhood, girls would fight boys. And they were in a fairly equal level up until, you start to get into elementary school.
Yeah.
Like, I think a
Then you
first grade
branch
girl
off.
is fine to fight a first grade boy.
Yeah, you have about the same level
I also-
strength and ability.
I think till about like 4th grade.
Do you?
Yeah.
I always find it amazing. To me, all the best kids in math were girls when we were little. Yet you get to NASA and there's no women in there doing math. Now, I don't know what that could
Hidden
be.
figures, though.
Huh?
Except for the hidden figures.
I didn't see that. I call it hidden fences, and I like it better when I do. I didn't see the hidden figures. Has anybody seen it?
I have
Chris?
not seen
No, I haven't seen it.
No, my mom has a DVD because she's in SAG, so I'll watch it.
Was your mom? Is she an actress?
I guess. I don't know. She
You-
does background work.
No.
And she also does stand up.
Is that right? You're second generation,
Well,
third generation.
she stopped and then
Yeah.
I did it. And then she saw me get a little bit of stuff and was like, oh, I guess I could do this.
Right.
So she started again.
Yeah, she restarted.
Mhm.
But you guys ought to do a radio show together. That would be the perfect thing. Now, here's what
Works
I'm
out.
saying now. There are more second generation comedians than ever in history. Mike
Yeah,
Lawrence
but-
is second generation.
Right.
Greg Stone is second generation.
I didn't know that about Greg Stone.
I'm going to teach you so many things.
Oh my
about
God. I don't think my
Greg's-
brain is in a place to hold it all.
Your little girl brain is going to move.
It just wants to go back home and go into the kitchen.
Now,
not to cook, just to eat.
But you know what? You get this thing with, Louis J. Gomez, your abusive partner.
Yes.
Because when you guys do the mashup, everyone's like, oh, the mashup is a fun show. He never lets you talk at all.
Well, he's very high energy and
so are you.
that's what it is. We're two opposites. And he loves to be, talking.
The other Artie says like this, Adrian is my life coach, and I'm really struggling with it. I don't know why. I just found that to be the funniest shit ever.
I'm not doing so well in my life, maybe because Adrian's my life
Yes.
coach. That was really funny.
So you think you think women get less respect than men get from an audience?
Yes, absolutely. I don't have their trust at all when I walk on stage.
It's interesting, and I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think audiences to this day. Now, that's why a lot of comedians go out there and they'll be like, really go for it hard, whatever they got to do to work the out. You don't do that at all. You take your time, you let your material tell the story.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could be more high energy, but it's just not who I am.
But I think women probably have that experience in any
Everywhere?
field. Like, I think that you probably walk out on stage and you feel like you have to work harder to win over an audience. And I'm sure that women feel that way in any field they walk over.
Like in a boardroom?
Yeah, you've got to you kind of have to prove yourself a little bit more.
I'm going to be honest here, Chris. Do we have any women of power in Sirius XM? Because I don't know any that I have to answer to.
I don't, at least none in programming.
If you, walk down the halls here in the big offices, I don't see any women sitting in any of this.
But I'm not sure. I think sales, there's some that do, and obviously HR. I mean, they're doing a great job running HR.
They're the behind the scenes.
Yeah, but women do that. Women, see, here's the thing I think that happens. Men set out to conquer, and women set out to make things work for everybody.
Yes, they're much more like team based.
Is everybody okay? Does everybody have what they need? A woman does that, but men go, get me what I need in the world of business.
That wasn't how I felt when I had a day job. I actually liked when people didn't get along.
You liked
it was a fun environment. Yeah. Going to work when like people were fighting. And
what kind of day job did you do?
I was a legal secretary, but there's also a collection area, and everyone in collections is just trash.
They're just garbage people.
Because they're all in collections.
Yeah.
I even did collections for a while, and I also was in collections. I used to get collection calls to my office for things that I was in. And I was like, I know the system too well. I'll never give you any money.
Never. So if you owe money, because Chris, they call for you all the time, right?
Yeah, never
you wouldn't
answer.
Let me,
no,
answer
one
your
time
phone.
showing your phone, he's like, what's this random phone number? Don't answer that.
Well, the thing is, you have a real job, though, so they can garnish your wages. I never make any money, so they'll just keep chasing their tail.
Right. But why aren't they garnishing your wages?
They will.
As far as I know, they're not.
Do they, as far as you know?
Do you have
know
a
what your
judgment
wages
against
are,
you?
idiot?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, look, I don't answer, and no one's.
What do you owe besides your school payments?
All right, I owe I'd say 20 grand in school payments.
Yeah,
and then I probably owe another fucking 5 grand at various other places.
So what's your credit rating right now?
Oh, like 500 or something.
Why would it be that high?
I don't know.
I mean,
surprised.
if you haven't paid back anything,
yeah, then it doesn't start to zero. Is what you're saying?
I think 400 is the lowest. But I do have that JCPenney card, and I do pay that off. So I think that's a good mark on my credit.
That's your one card.
I claimed bankruptcy, and then JCPenney gave me a second credit card, and I maxed it out again.
I thought those don't really play into your credit score that much.
What, JCPenney?
Yeah, like the cards like
No,
that.
credit
I don't
cards
think
they
it.
do. I think they do. You don't?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
I don't think hospital stuff does.
Hospital stuff, they can't really come at you the same way because, what are you going to do? I mean, if you're not covered and you have like a brain aneurysm it's going to be like $1 million.
Well, that's why I've gone to the hospital and just given them a fake name. That's like free health insurance.
I give a fake name to everybody, including
Yeah, but
girls.
people know who you are.
Including women. I'll be just like this. The name's Dutch. I guess from my background.
Dutch.
But yeah. I was really going for a Dutch Dalton. I was trying to be the 1993 catcher for the Phillies. Now, Chris, the JCPenney, it's so weird you bring that up. They handed me a card when I was 18, and they might as well just said,
it's free money.
Yeah, just come here. There was a restaurant in one. There was a restaurant
So
at JCPenney.
you'd go there and eat?
No, I would drink. I would just sit there and drink.
That's fucking
at a
great.
JCPenney.
This is a JCPenney bar.
Yeah.
I wish that still existed. I'd go there.
But I was the same way with my initial credit cards. They were just drink-free cards, I thought. And then when the bills showed up, I'm going, why would I pay this much for something that's already drank and eaten? It's crazy. Put that away. Vito, how's your credit?
I don't have a credit card or anything, and I do know when I went to get my apartment that I was not allowed to be on the lease because my credit was so awful. They told me that I could just be one of the signers on
But if you don't ever have any credit cards, and never bought anything?
Student loans.
Student loans, they fuck
They
over
get
it.
ya.
How much you owe in your student loans?
I'm around like 100,000.
Okay, to have that job where you are now.
Yeah.
Do you get the fucking point?
Yeah.
That job is open to anybody who wants to come in here and do it. The
What'd you
last
go to
thing you
school
need is an
for?
education.
I went to film school.
He watched movies.
I went to SVA, which is like a really expensive art school, and now I owe $100,000 to the government.
God.
I did see his movie where he played the part of Bigfoot, and it was enjoyable. I'll say that.
You got that out of it. That's worth
Yeah.
it for $100,000.
I mean, it was Bigfoot in Central Park. It was adorable. And I watched it with his Italian family. So there was like, we're at the thing where all the graduate students are. And Vito's family starts to come in. They're just like, hey, what, this is good. Hey, everything's great. And then they're going like this throughout the whole movie. There's Vito right up there. Yeah, there he is. Look at him. Look at Vito. He's doing so good up there. They never stop talking about their love for Vito during the Vito film.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I was in makeup the whole time too, so it's like it's taken away from the experience.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, like I
guess he wasn't hearing them say like, "Oh, there's my kid doing
I
something."
didn't want them to point me out. I wanted them to see Bigfoot. I wanted them to get lost in Bigfoot.
There he is.
They were so happy.
There he is again.
There he is again. Look at him walking around there. He's doing so good. And then they were all gathered around him after the film. That was so good, man. I was really, really enjoying it. When you were that monster guy, when you were the werewolf. Plug away, would you, Chris?
Adrian Iapolucci's in studio. She hosts the Mashup Show with Louis J. Gomez at the Stand in New York City. Go to standnyc.com for tickets. And you can download Adrian's podcast, Vag, co-hosted with Sarah Tolomash. That's available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And they have a GoFundMe right now for $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million. Hey, you never know.
$1 million. It could happen. There could be some bizarre billionaire who's like, I love these Vag girls.
If you spend $5 a day on a latte for like 40 or 50 years, that's $500,000.
Okay.
So I feel like just stop having a latte a couple times a week and give us some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the lowest you'd like us to give to your $1 million pledge? I mean,
what kind of incentives are there?
There's great incentives. For $5,000, you could come stay in my mother's house in my room with her 7 animals and my her alcoholic ex-husband that lives in the basement.
Wait, the way you said my alcohol,
I know.
then you had to figure out it was your stepdad. Something bad happened, Adrian.
Oh no, he was I was too old for him to have molested me. I was like already in my 20s.
What's the
that's an age where you're like, hey, I'm too old for this.
Yeah. I think for Japanese girls, though, they will allow themselves get molested right into almost senior citizen.
Well, that's because their feet are bound.
Right?
You
Yeah,
can't run
but
away.
they should be. They're nice and small then.
So much better.
You know?
So much better.
I want a woman
Tiny
with
feet are
tiny little
cute.
feet.
They are
like
cute.
the bottom of a pool cue. You know what I mean? Just little.
That they could barely stand.
I don't want them to stand. I want them to be pushed around in a wheelchair.
Who's going to push them around? You?
No. I'll have to hire somebody. Vito, big feet, little feet. What are you looking for in life?
I have a size 16, so I don't like feet near my size.
That's insane.
every other
I've never
foot's
seen a
small
size
compared to
16
yours.
foot.
Yeah,
Can
do
you
you
show
just
me
think
your
all-
foot?
It's weird when people like show me their feet. I don't understand the proportions of it. Like the
Put your feet up right now.
I've never seen a size 16 foot.
Oh, it's wide too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wide.
I would have never thought that's a 16. It looks like a 12.
What was? Didn't Shaq have a 22?
No way.
Yeah, I have a picture next to one of Shaq's shoes.
Yeah, the Shaq shoe in the 90s when he started selling it, they would just put one of his shoes in the window of the stores.
Yeah, Foot Locker.
Yeah, and let people come by and go, this is the most massive thing I've ever seen. Put
It's
it out
freakish. It's spelled Shaq.
there. That's okay, Chris. You spelled it like Love Shack.
S-H-A-C.
So there's a child holding Shaq's shoe.
Yeah, that doesn't make
And
sense.
smelling it.
Loves the
He's
smell.
probably going to sell that after.
Shaq has some kind of, there must have something that happened to him, like a glandular problem. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
that's not normal. That's not
No.
human.
Mm-mm. Shaq will die by the time he's 51. His heart will give out.
The tall people usually don't.
You don't see tall older people.
They don't last. It's very rare to
I'll
see
tell
a
you, Chris.
tall.
6'1".
No, you're not going to make it.
No.
No.
God, no.
Vito, how are you?
I'm 6'3".
You won't hit 30. Seriously.
It's over for you. Start counting down.
When I was a kid and I read about like Big Show and like his like growth growing up, I got really freaked out that I had giantism.
You almost have giantism.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my limbs, like I have humongous hands that like even when I lost weight, they were too big for my body.
What the
You should have surgery to get them made smaller.
Do you feel now that you've gained the weight back that your hands are more proportioned?
Do you feel better about your hand size?
I feel better about myself.
Let's see you give a big clap. Let's see what your clap sounds like. Yeah, that's scary. You should be, seriously, you should be chasing a fucking small child who's trying to steal your treasure. Some kid that got off a beanstalk. You should be chasing him around.
Yeah, I've been a size 13 shoe since I was 11.
This is why you don't date, Vito.
Shoe size. That's the problem.
Did you play basketball?
No, I was too
No,
fat.
he stinks at sports.
That's too fat.
You can play offensive line, right? That's what they put you on?
Defense, because I couldn't remember offensive plays.
Okay, so you're not smart enough to fucking block.
No,
Interesting.
I told you we had to pull or block, and I couldn't get used to remembering when to pull and when to block.
Holy shit. How are you making it in life?
I don't know, dude.
He's not.
He
has 100 grand and he's fucking, he's sitting there with headphones on going, we're going to commercials. That's his big fucking thing. It's commercial time. I'm on. Is that when you feel like you're really working? You feel like you're watching a show and then the commercials, that's where it's time for you to come in?
Yeah, there's some days where right before we start the show and I have to start it, I get freaked out. Like, oh, God, what if I forget everything one day
Why don't you just put signs up everywhere so you don't forget?
I think that would be too much to look
Vito,
at.
this is the thing that'll help you.
Killing yourself?
Well, killing yourself would be nice. But no matter how bad you are, I'll never fire you.
That's very nice.
You know why, Vito?
Kind.
I don't give a fuck what happens here. I'm being totally honest. It's been a long time since I cared about anything. So you just go ahead and fuck off.
I don't want to fuck off. I get afraid I'm going to fuck off.
No, let yourself fuck off. Do it.
I don't want to do that.
Cut us off the air one day. Just you'll see. I won't even care. Even slightly.
We'll still be talking.
Dude, I could look up and you're making sausages in the other room. And I'd be like, that's just Vito. I don't care. I had to say making sausages because he makes his own. He can't eat anything but fresh sausage.
It's weird.
Get Adrian some more water. She's just killing him over there.
I know. I'm slamming these half of waters down here.
Well, we do half waters because we found that some people were leaving it behind, and we're like, we're not going to pay for that anymore.
Can't waste the water.
Do you realize how? Oh, look, she's worried about getting water for you.
Oh my God, I'm kidding.
What is this, sweetie?
Water.
You get water for her? Oh, that's so nice.
I only drink one little water.
But the thing is,
but you're on to the second one already. Just say it. You already cracked the second one.
I have a drinking problem, to be honest.
It's unprecedented.
I know I'm not going to get paid, so I'm just drinking as much free water as I can. I'm like, how can I make up for it?
What is it? You want to read?
I just want to read something.
Read out loud while the rest of us drink.
I just want to say Adrian Applemucci's in studio, and she hosts the mashup show with Louis J. Gomez at The Stand in New York City, thestandnyc.com for tickets, and you can download Adrian's podcast, Vag, co-hosted with Sarah Tolomash. That's available on iTunes and SoundCloud. They have a GoFundMe right now. If you get to $1 million, they will get sex change operations.
$1 million each.
$1 million each, so $2 million.
She's also absolutely hysterical.
As a man or a woman?
As a man
it doesn't matter.
You know what?
Either way, you're going to be funny.
You are, you're hilarious for a woman. For a man, for a man.
Maybe I'll get even funnier with all the medicine you take and the shots.
Yeah. What is it, Chris?
No, nothing.
You just did it. You leaned into your mic and you went like this, like you were going to say something. And I'm like, whoa, what is it? What is it, boy? So trouble in the mines? Should I follow you?
No, don't.
Yeah.
But there are cheaper things that you can donate and still get other stuff on there.
Okay, what do you like? What?
I think for $50, if you can donate, and we'll text hi.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
I had one in there, but Sarah took it out because she said it was bad timing. For $10,000, we'd go into a black church and yell the N-word out, but she took it off because of the guy that just it was bad timing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The Dylan.
Yeah. We'll just do
how
that
much
later.
to start shooting in a black church?
Oh,
what
God.
would you charge?
I feel like I'm going to get shot as soon as I leave here.
No, not at all. How much if we can give you a hickey? And I mean, everybody, pitching in to give you a hickey.
I don't like being touched. I'll take no money.
You don't like to be touched at all?
I mean, not from strangers.
Yes, from strangers. I
like
think
when
that's
people
the
want to
best kind
shake
of
my
touching.
hand after a show, I'm like, I don't
like
want to touch you. I don't know what you've been doing with your hands.
Maybe all they've been doing is fingering their own asses. You can't
Exactly.
can't jump to
Big deal.
conclusions. By the way,
Especially the huggers. The huggers are the worst.
who's got a cuter smile than her?
You have a very cute
She
smile.
destroys me with that smile.
Aww.
Remember I said, I go, like, they'll smile at me in here, and I go, don't.
Just don't even dare.
Don't even bother.
I don't even really smile often, so I don't know how you're seeing
No,
it.
you're smiling at me constantly. Every time you see me, you're like, oh my God, let me give him a nice
I'm just
smile.
thinking free waters.
Yeah.
Free mini waters.
Free. Those are actually regular size. You're just.
I'm just
You're
big.
bigger than you thought.
Can you hold this up? I want to see what this looks like in your hand.
You won't be able to find it. Look, he's rushing over.
Oh
to
my
try-
God.
Oh my God. He's able to. It disappears.
First of all, that's not a hand. That's just a meat cut. Seriously, that's a ham.
You could really smack a woman good with that hand.
I try not to.
Try. That's the problem.
Right.
Chris, you ever
Sometimes you
smacked a
just
woman
can't.
around before?
I have never
Yes,
hit a woman.
you have.
No,
I
bullshit.
can tell.
I've never hit a woman.
If
Never.
a woman hit you, would you hit her back?
No.
Yes,
I would,
you would.
I would hold
Yes,
her
you
and say,
would.
you shouldn't be hitting me.
Or she punched you in the face?
I would fucking hold her back. And she
Why are
would
you
be-
yelling fucking? You sound aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, it's-
You sound like you're
situation-
getting ready to start yelling Stella with your ripped t-shirt in the middle of the street. Now, to me, there's always been a difference between hitting and training. And I really do, you know what I mean? Firm hand.
But then you could also just crack a whip into the air. I feel is also could just be that could train enough.
Okay.
I don't feel like you learned the lesson as much.
Yeah, I don't think, I think like with a lion, when they crack the whip, the only way that works is that they've been hit with that whip.
Right. So you do
know?
have to.
Right.
So you have to hit first and then
What
just pick it
about
up.
what about just a spray bottle like some people do with their pets?
That would
Oh
be
yeah,
nice.
or you
Yeah.
could shake a bottle with change in it.
Like if your girlfriend.
I've never even heard this one.
Yeah,
you
that's
put it-
something like
Like if a puppy's doing something.
I
you
thought
just
that
go-
meant when they shake a bottle with chains in it, I thought that meant let's go to the casino. You used to have an aunt, Gail, that her husband was an alcoholic, and she'd be doing this at him all night. Just shaking the keys like we have to go.
Oh, I thought she was trying to like get him to focus.
No, he's never going to focus.
Focus on the keys.
Yeah. They're both dead now, though. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Good. I didn't know how much you paid attention when you were little. A lot of times you're like, I'm like, are you seeing this? And you're like, hey. She really had like a little ADD thing until
Yeah.
she was 4.
It was like undiagnosed though.
Well, it was diagnosed.
At least
We
it
just
wasn't
didn't care.
autism. Autism sucks.
You think? I think it's great for being able to draw.
It's good for being able to concentrate.
Yeah.
I think it's bad for the parent.
I don't know. I think it is what it is. I mean, you get all kinds of, it takes all kinds of people. That's what I'm trying to say.
I saw these parents who were older, so they obviously had their kid late in life, and the kid was autistic. And I've never seen 2 more exhausted people in my life. Like they were chasing this kid down, and the kid
Right.
was like jumping into the lake, and then he would have to run and get him.
How is it any
And they
different
would-
than you were? Seriously, to be totally honest.
But he was big, is the thing.
Yeah.
You know
He
what I
was,
mean?
like,
Like he
20?
was pretty grown.
Well, at least he
So
could
he-
swim if he was going into the lake, right?
Yeah, he was able to swim.
Chris
so.
can't swim,
Can't swim.
no matter how old he
Have
is.
you tried?
I think my parents took me to the beach as a child. I don't remember them teaching me to
What
swim.
about now? Now that you're an adult,
I've never tried to swim as an
just show
adult.
me how you would move your arms if you were
It's like
swimming.
that, right? Like that. That's how you swim, right?
You don't
Is
need
that
to
it?
bounce like
Why
that.
can't you just do it without this weird? It's like that, right? Huh? Was it?
Like
Stop
that.
being a deadhead.
Like that. What's being a deadhead?
Why does he keep saying
Why
like
is it
that,
so-
like that
yeah.
every time he
There.
It's all,
paddles?
no, but you come off like a stupid person.
That's
when
not
you
even
go
the doggy
like that.
paddle.
No, that's
like an
nothing.
autistic doggy paddle.
What's a doggy paddle?
That's quick. Yeah.
You
You're
gotta
just
get
keeping
your
the head
little feet-
afloat.
Yeah.
Just try and float if you're ever in the water. Yeah, do that.
You know what? We got to try to get him to sink. That would be the first important thing. Like throwing a bobber in.
But
Why
we
don't
have
you just
to
go dive in the water sometime?
You think I won't drown?
Well, not the shallow end.
Okay,
Get in the
all right.
shallow end and start swimming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you start. You stand in the shallow end, then just lift your feet up, start that doggy paddle, get it going.
You know,
Take classes at the Y.
my dad, he just threw me right into the deep end, and he goes, "Now swim." And I'm like, "Dad, I'm 17. I've been swimming for a lot of years. It's no fucking big deal to me." I don't know why you're making a big deal of it now. You haven't been around much. All kinds of shit's
He wants to
happening.
make sure you know how to swim.
I can't remember a time when I didn't swim. Like, I don't have a memory that I was learning to swim or whatever. I learned how to swim when I was a baby. I don't know why you would.
You're very advanced for your age.
I don't think so. I think they just took you into water. I think babies naturally. That's why they have like babies in a pool and stuff, because a baby can swim.
If you put a puppy over a pool, they will naturally go like that.
They go like that. It's
Maybe
so
that's
cute.
what happened with you as a baby.
That's what happened. That's literally what happened.
I don't remember a time that I couldn't swim. And I grew up in Florida, so kids in Florida learn very young.
Yeah.
They teach them very young.
They either learn to swim or you read about them in the paper.
Yeah.
And you do that.
Yeah.
And when I had a pool in Florida, I was so paranoid about it. I had like 3 fences around it because you read stuff all the time about kids dying in pools. You don't want any kid. I had a fence, then I had a fence around the pool, and then another fence. This is like
what if you had all those fences and a kid at night came in and drowned? Is that still your fault?
Yes.
That's still your fault?
Yeah, you're the homeowner, so it's your fault.
You should put like an electrocution thing around it.
That would be extra your fault. That would actually start be considered murder.
Well, you don't not to die, just for them to be like, oh, I shouldn't go in there.
Like a cow
you're
fence.
Saying you're saying like a shock fence.
Yeah.
Not electrocution.
Right.
Electrocution means
Right. What if you just have all the kids in your neighborhood wear shock collars?
Yes, and then you put a shock fence up.
Dude, I had a pool. I loved it. But I kept reading these stories. I'm like, at a point, I'm like, maybe I should just fill this up with concrete. Because I would go out in the morning and go, please don't let there be a kid in this fucking...
What if you filled it with concrete and a kid didn't know that and then he went in and
Would that
died
be your
anyway?
fault?
He died anyway.
Here's the thing about me. I've seen 3 people break their necks in my life. Well, the first 2, I was a little kid and saw it take place diving.
You had a very adventurous childhood.
Well, not really. You know, I was just a guy that was out seeing people break their necks, you know?
Sounds like an active childhood.
Can I tell you, I was a regular guy who just saw some necks break. Okay?
That's very normal.
Just, like you,
what, before the age of 8?
You're just a regular neck break Joe.
I was, just a neck breaking Joe. I must have been the first one I saw 8, 9 years old, maybe 10. Then the second one probably within a year or 2, and then the next one when I was 17.
Maybe it was you.
And then that one, I was doing LSD. And it was on the other side of a reservoir, and these guys were driving up in a fucking, they were climbing up in a tree, and the kid falls out of the tree, hits his head, goes into the reservoir, and his body starts sinking, right? So we're watching these guys screaming and talking about it. And I'm just I'm tripping balls. I'm just like, the fuck is this happening? And then they're like, get him, we got him, I can't hold him. And they let go of the fucking kid. And we're like, on the other side, and so some people that were on my side started swimming over. And I just said to my friends, let's get out of here before the fucking cops
That's
get
what
here.
I would have done.
Leave this fucking kid dead and try to enjoy the rest of our LSD trip. So we go fucking driving out of there. We end up at this party. Magical party. It's really nice. Chicks, everything's great, music. But every once in a while, I kept thinking about that kid bobbing at the bottom of the reservoir, and I would be like, whoa, get that out of your fucking head. Get back to fun trip times.
Oh my
So
God.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Never take responsibility. You know what I mean?
Get out of
Get
there.
the fuck out.
My dad
Press those memories.
My dad would say, if you see somebody in need, go.
Go. Get out.
You're going to ruin a lot of your time. You're going to waste a lot of time.
Yeah. That's like if we be driving around down south and we saw people like the Klan would be grabbing people, we just like, don't even look. Like we'd see the Klan members like, hey, what's up, guys? You know, Sweet Home Alabama. You know, and later we'd be like, oh,
Who
that
they
was terrible.
just be grabbing people on the street walking by?
Yeah, they would just grab people.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it was a different time. It was the 90s. You know what I mean? It was grunge. You know, we were living in a time of grunge. You know?
Did they wear the full outfits?
Yeah, they go everywhere in it. It's really nice.
Grocery shop.
Do you remember Whitey?
I do, yeah. Whitey gave me an iguana and a turtle.
We knew.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One was named Hitler.
No,
and
I did not.
Here was the weird thing about that, too. He comes in. He was the head of the Klan down there, right? We
What was his name?
We called him Whitey. I don't know his real name. But, you know, being the head of the Klan is not as big a deal as you
I would think you get a lot of pussy.
Yeah, but not the kind you want.
Yeah.
You go into the bar and everyone's like, "That's the head."
It's never the kind.
That's the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, he was a Grand Wizard. So he goes, "This is for your daughter. I want her to have it." And I'm like, "Okay." And I fucking put this aquarium in my car, and I'm fucking driving home. And this is like a half hour later, and all of a sudden the aquarium starts to fucking, and there was this giant iguana in it.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. I thought he was just giving her an aquarium.
Because he had previously given me a turtle.
Yeah.
So he thought
you didn't know there was an iguana in it?
No,
And
he
I
didn't
mean,
specify.
The iguana's the size
It
of
was
a
huge.
dog.
I would have run out of the car.
And it wasn't nice. It was a really mean iguana.
No.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, for a little while until I give it to...
Until the FBI came around and said, "We understand that some black-headed iguana stole from them."
Yeah. It
So
was
he'd
not
come over
nice.
to your house and he'd have the whole outfit on.
Never come into my house,
No.
but he would come to my show. He'd wear the full
okay.
outfit. We go out and do gigs with him, and he'd have the flag and shit. And down there, people were just cheering, and he couldn't even get it through his head. He's like, normally when I go places, everybody gets mad, but it was a shock audience who just found everything to be, every awful thing to be funny. So they were fine with him.
Yeah. And it's surprising that he would give me these pets, considering that he referred to me as a mud baby.
Well, that's
A
because
mug baby?
Mud.
What's
her
that?
mother's an Italian, and
okay.
they're.
Not-
I mean, I don't have
not
to tell
good.
you guys, you're not white people.
But you know what? No, black people don't think we're not white people. The black people were white.
Well, who was the guy that we just had on not too long ago?
Chaz
Palminteri, and he does the Bronx Tale, right? Like yourself. And he said, we would listen to this kind of music. The white kids would listen to the Beach Boys. So in his days,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
Italians
wasn't.
They
weren't
weren't
white.
white.
Yeah, they were like your friend Louis J. Gomez.
Puerto Rican?
Something.
Tainted?
Yeah. Tainted
Gross.
love.
Other.
Yeah.
What are most Klan members?
Protestants. They're white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Like when you get down south, those white people don't even know where their people are from.
Okay.
You're like, what's your ethnic background? We're just white. We're just white people. Like they don't
Yeah,
know
they don't
if
have
they're
much-
English or Scottish or Irish.
Right.
We're Americans. We're just Americans, just regular Americans.
I've never spent a lot of time in the South.
You would do great there.
I think I would be a hit.
Yeah. Those audiences would love you.
I think a real hoot.
Adrian Appalucci's in studio. Adrian hosts a mashup show with Louis J. Gomez at The Stand in New York City. Go to thestandnyc.com for tickets. And her podcast, Vag, is co-hosted with Sarah Tolmash, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And their GoFundMe campaign's happening right now for $2 million.
Why? What was the hurry all of a sudden? You just did math?
Well, it's 1 million, but if you want both of us to get a sex change, then it's $1 million each. That's the caveat.
I would give $1 million each. You get a sex change, but then you have to blow each other.
As two dudes?
Yeah, it would be a gay act, your first gay act.
Would that be extra or?
That would be extra. You can't dictate what we're doing with our with our men bodies.
Gay bodies.
Gay bodies.
With my men bodies. I would just beat up Luis Gomez.
He adores you, though.
Oh, he's great, Luis.
He is.
We've been doing stand up for a long time together.
Too long, I'd say. I would say we're at the point now where it has to stop. Now, do you ever go to a skank show, or he doesn't have you run his?
Oh, I did
mean
the
friends?
skank show.
What'd you think of it?
It was fun.
Okay.
I'm not like offended by it.
Chris, it wasn't announced there, and he got his feelings hurt.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
They were starting to bring him out, and then somebody else came in, and he never got his announcement.
Yeah.
And he feels like,
Were you on the show?
Yeah, I was on the
he
show.
was
I was
on
an
the-
invited guest of the show and promoted on the show. Yeah,
Wow.
it hurt. It
And
hurt a
then,
lot.
but they still went to you, like they would talk to you, but they.
Here and there, but they weren't just.
But were you
fawning
sitting
over.
around the table like that?
Yes,
Oh, you
yes,
were.
next to Mickey Gall, who they were fawning over.
Why
Oh, yeah,
didn't
that's
you
what it
jump?
was.
You have to jump in though.
He
That's not the
he's
type of
shy,
thing.
right? You're naturally shy.
I'm a shy boy, and I also was very sick that day.
Yeah.
And I was also just fuming over the fucking not as about to be announced, and then going like, and also with us is Mickey Gall's here. It hurt.
The thing is, you should have said that. You have to really jump in at that show. If you just sit down,
I gotta agree. This
You
is all your
probably
fault.
should have said, as
You
soon
should
as
have,
the
what the-
dust settled,
like, thanks,
'Cause they-
Louis.
you should have said, yeah, and where's my
You
announcement?
should have just called him Jose. Thanks, Jose.
Maybe I should have done the first time I did the show was blackout drunk, where I just yelled at them all. I think for 2 hours.
Well, here's the thing. Remember when Dave Hill and Louis J. Gomez was in?
Mhm.
I started to bring up the story about you.
Yeah.
Go back and listen, and they changed the topic.
Yeah.
So they want nothing to do with this piece of fucking garbage.
Wow.
I wouldn't
named Chris Stanley.
say I'm a piece of garbage.
They
I
want
would
nothing
say-
to do with you.
Well, fuck them then.
What's that mean?
You should tell them that.
If anything, you just treat them like kings.
I plug them. I treat them nicely. And that's what do I get? I get a fucking load of
Maybe
jizz
I'll
in my
get you
mouth.
another nice Carhartt shirt.
What's wrong with the Carhartt shirt? Listener said
Nothing.
this to
You
me.
work outside.
Wait, what kind of shirt is that?
Carhartt.
That's for like construction workers.
I had no idea this.
Yeah.
A listener sent you clothes?
Yeah. Said
It's good quality stuff, though.
Carhartt and a bunch of gray T-shirts.
Wow.
That was nice.
Was it for all of us or just you?
They said it was just for me.
Okay.
It was probably for
'Cause
everyone.
A lot of people, I know when people sent cookies, they never
Yeah.
got to the rest of us. Let me see your shirt. What's it made of?
I'm going to believe 100% cotton.
Well, they make a lot of stuff for.
This is fun.
No.
They don't catch on fire, Chris. You can fucking roll and fire in that.
Yeah.
Here, look. Watch.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding.
Okay. I mean, I never had a Carhartt shirt before. Ow! Fuck! That was my skin!
Okay. I thought you were wearing gloves.
I'm not wearing
All right,
fucking
stop
clear
screaming,
gloves.
dude. We're all here together.
Are
all
we?
Right? Inside
Now I see
voice.
why you weren't introduced on the show.
That's
You
true.
have anger issues.
Yeah.
He does have anger issues.
And you're so flammable.
And you beat your girlfriend until she broke up
I
with you.
don't beat women.
Then why did she break up with you?
It's because I'm a fucking bad person.
Would you push someone?
No, I'm not
Would
pushing
you?
anyone.
You would give a woman a shove, probably.
I'm not shoving anyone.
Would you just
wake
push-
her up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might
give
shake,
her,
yeah.
give a shake.
What's wrong with the shake?
Violent.
You gave her a shake?
I'm not.
Have you given?
I've
Have you given a woman a shake?
I would give a woman a shake, but I haven't given a woman a shake. I've held a woman like, hey, you got to chill the fuck out. But no, shake.
Have you taken your knee and put it into her thigh? Tried to dead like her? Ow! Oh, my leg doesn't work.
Well, now you're thinking clearly.
We used to be in dead leg contests all the time.
Yeah.
Me, Gail, and her aunt.
Yeah. Very painful. Dead leg.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst. I've been dropped to the ground with a dead leg. I thought my leg would never start to work again.
How long did you live down south for?
Well, let's see. It was the end of the Civil War. It was Jim Crow days. Most of the time I was there.
Did you have any slaves?
I had one slave.
Was he nice?
Yeah. I got to say, I had one slave, but she was unbelievable. I mean, she did the
wow.
work of 10 slaves. And then she had
Maybe
a
that
slave.
was Shaq's like great grandmother.
She had a slave, which was odd. And I'm like,
That's nice that you got her that.
I actually said it. I said, you're going to end up getting arrested. You're not supposed to have a slave. I go, you're fucking,
Where did she keep her slave?
Her slave was an Italian girl. I mean, it was really, I'm telling you, we were living
you
on the
really
edge.
lived some interesting life.
I
Did you
like-
teach them to swim?
No, their necks were broken. You know, I would. By the way, there's nothing that you can say is better to a person than you've lived an interesting life in interesting times. You know, that's the best thing that you can say. Yeah, Vito, you've lived your life as a shut-in, and
He's alone in there by himself right now.
alone again naturally.
Yeah, I've lived that Manhattan life where I just stayed in a tiny apartment for the first 22 years.
You were raised in Manhattan?
Yeah.
So your parents probably had money. Why didn't they pay for your college?
No money.
No money.
Rent control.
Rent controlled apartment.
Yeah.
Are you waiting for them to die so you could get it?
No, I love Leslie very much.
I have.
I don't know who Leslie is. Is that
I'm
your
in a
mom's?
rent-controlled apartment. It's
No,
fucking great.
you
I
are?
Paid $19 a month.
What?
This is
Oh my
weird thing. I'm
God.
3 months behind because I'm just.
Are you sure that's an apartment?
You know what? You might be right.
Maybe it's a storage unit?
Yeah. Seriously.
Have you been living in a storage unit?
Well, it doesn't have windows, and the whole one wall opens up.
Is it climate controlled though?
Why are you always trying to control the climate, Chris? You're a fucking.
Why are you always trying to mansplain the climate?
plug away, Chris? I mean, if you have a job,
I'm gonna plug Adrian
and take your time saying it.
Adrian Iapolucci's been in studio. She hosts the Mashup Show with Louis J. Gomez at the Stand in New York City. Go to thestandnyc.com for tickets. And her podcast, Vag, which she co-hosts with Sarah Tolmash, is available on iTunes and SoundCloud. On Twitter, it's Iapolucci. And then her GoFundMe
I'm sure they
page.
can spell Appalucci. I'm glad you spelled the A. And it's Appalucci.
Iapolucci.
Seriously, you're fucking this whole thing up.
I'm-
And you're talking. I don't even understand you. And I've been here for 5 of these. I don't know what is happening with Adrian's career.
Nothing.
Podcast.
Nothing's
don't say
happening.
nothing.
Nothing.
Get the.
gotta
You
go
did
fund me.
Letterman, right?
Yes.
Was that the peak?
Yeah, and then it's been just downhill.
No, it's not downhill.
I mean, it's not It's okay, I guess. It's
No,
not
it's
like
strong.
Great. Is it strong?
I saw you destroy rooms.
But that doesn't mean anything. Nobody cares about that.
That's sad.
That
It is sad. It is sad.
But it is like
it is true though.
Yeah. What's the goal for you then? What do you want? Let me help you reach all your goals.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I would love to. Who's your manager? I'd like to take over manager career.
You can manage my career.
Okay.
I'm a free agent right now.
Good. All right. You were with somebody before?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a total makeover. I'm going to change this.
I'm going to be a guy.
Yeah. I'm going to do everything is just going to be, it's going to seem like it's important, then it won't be.
It won't be important.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
I can't wait for that.
I'm going to get your arms tatted up. I'm going to start to have you working for bikers.
Nice.
That'll be your thing.
That seems like
my uncle was a Hell's Angel before he got killed.
Oh, how was he killed? Cancer?
No, I think somebody stabbed him.
Sad.
Now you know him. They would go around.
I didn't really know him. I was too young.
Out of all the angels, I think the Hell's Angels are the best.
Yeah.
Not Charlie's.
I never cared much once Farrah left.
Yeah.
Now, Cheryl Sophomore Ladd was one of my all-time favorite beauties when I was a kid. The other two, Jacqueline Smith. Who was the other one?
I don't know
Nick
the other one.
I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking of those Charlie's Angels. I was thinking of like Drew Barrymore.
Oh, I love those.
All three of those are good.
Yeah. I didn't know that you didn't start Charlie's Angels until 12?
Yeah, maybe 2000.
I saw Drew Barrymore the other night at that Golden Globes. A, she's adorable, and B, she's Gertie. You know what I mean?
I know, she, like...
No one.
She's the same.
She's the exact same as when she helped E.T. She hasn't changed at all.
Did you like, what's her name speech?
Meryl Streep's?
Yeah.
I thought she should have at least said fuck once.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Because you need to use it.
But women
passionately.
are kind of quietly furious right now.
Women are furious?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of what happened with the election, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think the same thing happened to Hillary that you're saying that happened to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, oh, a woman, can they even do that?
I also think Hillary was not a great pick.
But she was the people's pick. Like, who else was going to get it?
I don't know.
Who would you have given it to?
Oprah.
No, I don't see Oprah doing anything. I mean, I
Oprah
can't.
was pretty comfortable with Trump. She was way comfortable with Trump, like the day after.
She's closer to Trump than
was she one of the people that
else.
was? I liked all the people that were going to leave if he got elected, and then nobody even brought that up again.
No one's going to leave. Where are you going to go?
I know, but I thought it was just a funny thing where they were like, if he's elected, I'm going to leave.
You know what? Maybe I'll just leave now, even though I never said it. I said, I told everybody I'm going to leave.
I'm going to get out now.
Don't try to stop me.
We actually need to wrap up because Opie's coming in.
Bye. That how quickly we're wrapping up?
Like 30 seconds.
We'll go ahead and give Adrian a plug then.
Adrian hosts the Mashup Show with Louis J. Gomez at The Stand in New York City.
Afraid of Opie.
TheStandNYC.com. You can also download Adrian's podcast, Vag, co-hosted with Sarah Tomash, which is available on iTunes and SoundCloud, and their GoFundMe page is happening right now. And on Twitter, it's at @Iapolucci.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
It's great to have you here.
Thanks so much.
Why all the dead air?
And
we have to go so fast.
I just thought I'd give the wrap-up sign, that's all.
You didn't give the wrap-up sign. You yelled at us that we had to leave.
I didn't realize I yelled.
Because Opie's here.
I'm going to take all these waters.
Yeah, help yourself. Take as many as you want. I'm going to put two in each hand.
I don't want any. Well, thank you. This was fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!